Young Buck, the game. I think that's
My mom.
Terrible names. Your mom was not part of G Unit.
I mean, shit. It's not like Wu-Tang Clan with like 800 members.
Okay, you know what? Can we just and another thing too about the Wu-Tang Clan? People talk about the Wu-Tang Clan all the goddamn time. They're not that good.
They ain't nothing to fuck with.
Well, you know what? That's because I don't know who the fuck they are. Okay, name one Wu-Tang song, by the way, that's like really good.
Wu-Tang Clan doesn't fuck with.
See, you know what? I don't even think they count.
Look, man, I don't know much about them either, but Dave Chappelle just made that. I'm 95% sure, like, the only reason people know who Wu-Tang Clan is because of Dave Chappelle.
Okay, you know what? Actually, that makes sense. Oh, damn it, Mauricio. Is that Wu-Tang? I thought it was Method Man or Redman that was with them. That did the Limp Bizkit song. And together.
Aren't they Wu-Tang Clan members?
Oh, are they? Okay, that would make a lot of sense. I'm fucking stupid then. Jesus Christ, look at me. I'm the music guy and everything too, and I get everything wrong. Fucking
I mean, you don't know every single thing about every musical artist that's ever existed.
I should know. That's the thing. I'm
that's
upset.
That's not how that works.
No, that's... Dude, do you know who you're talking to, man? I'm fucking Nick Diaz, bro. I know every
Okay, fine. Thing. You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, thank you. Wait, shit. I don't know what's going on.
What do you want to win here?
I don't know, but thank you for coming to my defense. Here's the thing, though, people. Speaking of coming to people's defense, I am not going to come to the defense of Jet because I got to put her on fucking blast right now. We start this call, and she did this last night, too. We were just talking randomly, and she goes, "Are you ready for the Ides of March?" Or what's it called again? The Ides of March?
No, I said beware the Ides of March.
What the fuck does that mean? What is that?
It seems like you didn't prepare. It seems like you're just like Julius Caesar.
See, so what does that mean? Like, I really like, cause I'm
why are you ignoring the warnings?
Oh Jesus, look at that. See, I still can't get any of these fucking things right. I got 15 scenes going on. You guys saw me, by the way, fixing that whole fucking stream manager thing. Still didn't work. But anyways.
Why he's distracted, Alan? Stab him.
No. But so explain this, Jet, please. I'm confused as fuck, and I want you to educate the people because I'm too goddamn stupid to do it myself.
Well, I mean, it basically is just the day that 60 people basically stabbed the shit out of Julius Caesar.
Why does it have to take that many people to stab one fucking person? What is it? This is like a fucking...
Yeah, well, he was okay, so the actual story of what happened is the Ides of March is actually about a period in which the full moon comes out between the 13th and the 15th. Mm-hmm. It also coincidentally falls on the day in which, about 35 people stabbed Julius Caesar. Because he essentially rose to power and used a special council to essentially declare himself king, and basically just rule with an iron fist for a while. And a bunch of people are like, "Fuck this dude!" So they killed him.
I kind of like that version of the story, by the way, too. It just seems like I like when everything that's crazy about like biblical stuff and like history of religion and blah blah blah, it's brought into a thing of like surface level shit. Like someone's like, you know, man, fuck you, and then like they stab him. Like I like that. It's just like
even his best friend stabbed him. That's where the whole
actually he never actually said that. Apparently,
really,
I don't think he ever said the word "et tu, Brutus," which was like, "Oh, and you, Brutus." He says either something different or he doesn't say anything at all.
Yeah, I don't even know. Black Knight says, "Nick, do you want the job done or not, dumbass?" What does that mean? What?
That's fair. Well, you asked why would you need 60 dudes to stab somebody? He goes, "Do you want to get the job done or not?"
But it doesn't take that many fucking people. You have like 20
it's not that many people.
Because let me ask you this much: if you had a whole team working on changing a fucking light bulb, right? Like, even though they were eventually successful at changing the light bulb, no one is like particularly amazing at changing the light bulb. It's a bunch of dumb fucks that managed to find a way to do it, but like they're all terrible at their job just because the job is actually done.
Nick, when you inevitably die because of an opinion on a Marvel movie, how many people do you think are going to stab you at the same time?
Well, if it takes all you fucking nerds gathering up together to make one big Power Rangers robot and shit, I still win, you fucking losers. You took all of
but you also get stabbed.
Well,
so.
it doesn't take 60 people, but it's just more on the lines of just like, okay, everyone hates this dude, everyone takes a turn. So you get to stab him, you get to stab him, you get to stab him. Come on, let's all just do a big old line. Get information.
By the way, I like how Alan's...
you don't know who killed him. You just know a bunch of people stabbed him.
Because, by the way Alan's face... Like, do you guys see, like, how joyful he kind of is? Like, and a chill, calm version of joyful. It's like, I think as soon as you thought about everyone stabbing me, you kind of got a little happy. I feel
a little bit. I'd be there, too.
You son of a bitch. See, that's the thing. You fucking asshole. Slacker Andrew says, Nick, I'm bleeding. making me the victor. Yes, exactly. The fact that all of you guys...
Yeah, good, you won. Okay, stab a couple more times.
Max Prokbra, hey there, what's up? How you doing? I don't know if you're from YouTube or Facebook or even our Twitch, but the thing is, though, I'm glad you're over here. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow us so you can come over here and hang out with us before the pre-shows or before the main shows. Because I do think that some people don't know about the pre-show still. There's one guy named Ferran who's always on Double Toast's Discord, at tinyurl.com/DT Discord. Do that tonight. I think Corey's going to be talking to a lot of you guys on Discord and shit. But, yeah, some people still don't know about us. It's kind of weird. It's like, dude, we've been doing this for like a fucking
Don't worry.
year.
At the end of the day, the people on Reddit know us.
Okay. Oh, he's saying it's me and Looney Tune. Wow, so you finally changed it from Looney Tune. That's fucking great, Max.
Why?
No, I was talking to him about that. But here's the thing, though, because like his new name is Max Pokebra. The thing is, though, is like before I was telling him, hey, dude, you should change your name to go with like Max Conde, like have some kind of identity going on for you. And thank you very much for hosting there, Gary Eakin. I really appreciate that. Because it's like Looney Tune, you can't really like if you start reviewing or something, you can't call yourself that, or else I think fucking Warner Brothers is gonna come in and be like, hey, that's
they'll shoot you.
Yeah, no, they definitely will. Like, dude, they're basically mobsters at this point. All those fucking movie production companies, like, they're always like,
anyone that holds the intellectual property rights, IP rights to basically any cartoon character that's been around since the 40s, they'll stab you if you try.
Yeah, exactly. Yatsuba says he hasn't done Tiny Earl. Yeah, by the way, guys, really quick, I know I can ask Corey this myself. It's really hard to get a hold of that motherfucker. No offense, Corey, if you're watching. By the way, the best boss ever. Please give me a raise. But Yatsuba says he hasn't done Tiny Earl in a long time. Do you guys know why? Was there something that happened and he just stopped doing it? Because that's a pretty cool part of the show. I like that. I like when you guys were on there. When this shit worked, by the way. If you do go in the Discord, please test your mics first before you get on the show because it's very hard for everybody to hear you, and it just kind of defeats the purpose. But anyway, so hopefully at some point they can actually Ryan says tangents and the show goes on. Oh shit, like the chat tag.
I was gonna say that describes every fucking podcast.
Literally, yeah, and some of the best ones too. I actually like tangents.
Like if you want to watch something that goes exactly to the topics, go watch the fucking news.
Yeah, seriously. Real Mr. Robinson, thank you for coming over here too. He joined our Discord at the After Hours, which we do on Saturdays.
Oh, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, I know shit, right? That's actually pretty good thing to say. But, it's funny. Mr. Robinson was around during the time that we used to bring people onto our show. So, I don't know, man. Hopefully you remember, good memories of us around the time. 2016, I think it's one of the dark years of the Midnight Chat Attack, whatever. But, I'm glad that things have changed quite a bit since then. Which, by the way, Alan, when was the last time you watched any of our old shows? Or have you completely avoided them?
Oh, I completely fucking avoid them. Holy fucking shit.
Normally I'd be like defensive, but dude, no, I completely agree.
Dude,
fucking shit.
If you don't remember this, back when I used to have I was during the summer, I'd call it unlimited free time, where I didn't have school, I didn't work that much, so I basically would do these things I called the year edits, where I would go through all the videos and I would edit it into some version of a video, and I don't have that kind of time anymore. It would take me like 80 hours. And I would go through every fucking stream and video we did over the course of... Oh, thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
Mark
thank you very much.
Garnis. I would go through every single one, and it would take hours. I'd find like a little funny clip or an argument or something, and it's like, I can't do that anymore. I did it for 2 years, and I just never did it again.
Yeah, Real Mr. Robertson, I can't even watch my reviews from 4 years ago without cringing. Yeah, it's fucking hard. I can't even watch shit from like last week without cringing sometimes, but I will say I'm at a point now... Yeah, like I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable sharing it with like non-Double Toasted community friends. Like I'm down to be like, hey guys, this is what I do. If you guys are ever curious about what I did or what I currently do with my time or whatever. Because at this point, I do think that, let's just say, subjectively, we're going to think we're great. Oh, thank you for sharing that Facebook stream. Really appreciate that, Max. You are the shit.
I'm the kind of opposite. Like I'll go. I actually do like when we do a review, I go back and watch. Every review I do, I go back and rewatch it because I'm thinking in my head either I did good or bad. I need to hear it to be like, what's it like as an audience member, so that I can make my review better the next time.
And that's the biggest thing about this is like I feel like the way we do things now has a certain amount of professionalism, but at the same time mixed in with like the ability to control how long our rants go, because we go on rants that are fucking ridiculous, and I don't like that sometimes, but it's so natural. I feel like we've really gotten so good at talking like on a fucking online platform that it feels like you're in the same room with me. Like in 2016, 2017, there was times where I'm like, God damn, I wish we didn't have to do this through like Google Hangouts or whatever. Yeah. But now it's like this is really, really the norm. And I don't know if that's because of like us being so good at practicing with each other to know our social cues, or if it's the technology itself. Like maybe it's just a lot easier to do this now, or I don't know. Do you ever think about that? Like maybe we haven't noticed how better the technology has gotten.
I don't think it's that technology. Most of the technology is the same. It's just we know each other's nonverbal or verbal and nonverbal cues. you can tell me when to slow down a discussion without the audience realizing it. Because I'll go back and there's certain phrases of like, so, well, you know what? How about this? And we say something like that where it's like, oh, okay. Or it's like, you know what? Last few words, like that's obvious to the audience, but it's like, well, what do you think about this? Or agree to disagree, something I hate when we're in the middle of an argument. But there's a couple things you'll say where I'm like, oh, okay, my final words. Or when it's like, well, after you finish, I'll send it to them. I'm like, oh, okay, that means it's almost over.
Now, there was a question kind of thrown at me earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw it to Jet instead. Jet, how many birds do you think Alan has sex with?
God. Stop acknowledging him!
No, I'm just curious, Jet. I mean, that question was a pretty good question in the chat. Just how many birds do you think Alan has sex with? Do you have any idea on how many that would be?
I thought Alan was saving himself.
That's true. What? You're saving yourself for bird marriage, aren't you?
I hate all of you.
No, but Gary, I appreciate you hanging out with us for so long too.
Go fuck yourself.
Everett's cool. What's up, man? How you doing? Gene saying rants will lead to grants. Grants will excel your pranks. Thank you very much, good sir. No, I really appreciate that you guys enjoy our rants and everything, but at the same time, man, like sometimes like at least once a week there'll be a rant that we both kind of go into, and like as soon as the show's over, I'm like, dude, that was a good show, man. I had fun. But in the heat of the moment, I'm like, you motherfucker, like
I'll kill you, dude. We got that fucking discussion yesterday. Oh my god, I almost fucking went off on you on the show when I was like, yeah, I can't watch it. It's canceled. You go, you motherfucker. I'm like, Nick, do you know what the word canceled means? Like you should. You about 2 years before you're canceled.
Oh, fuck you, goddammit. I'll find out in 2 years, goddamn, when that fucking happens. I've said so many cancelable shit. But, you know, it is what it is. She says Am prefers boiled eggs. But, yeah, man, anyways, we'll move on from all that, especially the bird shit, because, you know, I don't want you to, again, you know, get stuck in there. So there's something I wanted to talk about yesterday, and I made a thumbnail for it and everything. Oh, thank you, Mr. Real Robinson, for hosting this over there on your Twitch account. I really appreciate that very, very much, good sir. But no, so the thing is yesterday I made a thumbnail, and I mean, it wasn't even really like me making it. I stole it from fucking Google Images, but it was basically Avengers and Avatar, Avatar kind of like combined, because the big story was Avatar has officially overtaken Avengers Endgame as the all-time highest-grossing film worldwide, rises to $2.8 billion amid the China reissue. Now, the China reissue, essentially, I guess, is like, I don't know if it's theatrical. Yesterday I was talking about maybe it was theatrical, but I think it might be just them selling like a new version of like the physical copies or something like that. But we'll read about that as we scroll down here. But right away, dude, I gotta ask you, Alan, what do you feel about this? And do you think that it's kind of stupid that these two movies, or whatever the fuck you want to say, is a little petty that they're trying to win this stupid fucking thing?
Which rant do I go on? Do I go on the fact that Avatar is a really overrated movie that only got sold on the fact that its visual effects and its IMAX 3D tickets that were about $30? Or do I go on the capitalism rant that Disney essentially pinned these movies against each other to get you guys to fight amongst themselves as scraps so that they can also make more money? I'm not sure which rant to go on, so I'm just gonna go on the first one. Avatar fucking sucks.
It really does.
I'm sorry, a movie that requires you to spend $30+ fucking dollars to get the ultimate fucking experience? Like, yeah, go fuck yourself, Nolan. Like, I'm sorry, I love you. You're the best record director in the world, but like, the cinema experience being the only way to watch some of these movies is fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go. I never watched an IMAX 2D, so to get the right fucking experience. The movie is boring as hell. The characters are all fucking flat. The fucking progression of the story is just ripping off Pocahontas. Sam Worthington is a terrible fucking actor.
So
like,
bad.
this is sold on its visual effects. So if you don't get the fucking, the LSD drop fucking IMAX experience, you're not gonna enjoy the fucking movie. So the movie's not enjoyable.
Yeah. Sorry, I got thrown off because I fucking have this audio that went crazily loud with Avengers Endgame. But no, like here's
also you said Nolan. Apparently that was Cameron.
Oh no. I know that James Cameron directed it. But when I was doing that rant about the cinema experience, my first thought was that dude that put Tenet on like a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
No,
because
that's just
the
hilarious.
Thing about this though is like, because here's the thing, like. I can admit, Avengers Endgame, having that as a theatrical experience, this whole final battle thing, I totally understand that shit. I get that.
It earns it.
Yeah.
It went 10 years, and it managed to fucking culminate 10 years. I have a lot of issues with that movie, and I argue with my buddies every week. But at the end of the day, it did what it needed to do. I didn't like it, but it did what it had to do. It managed to combine this entire fucking 10-year saga. It ended it. It gave closure to a bunch of characters, and it gave a little hope for the future. Avatar was just pretty.
Yeah, literally that's it, and they sold itself on that to the point where it's like, God damn, you're so fucking lazy. Thank you for following us on the Facebook.
Name me one character in that movie, in the chat, with that, like in the next 10 seconds, or I'll know you Google searching it. Name me one character in that movie.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you got and by the way, like let's not forget too that Avengers Endgame, every character that you can actually name is because of all the hard work that all the 10 fucking movies or whatever the fuck did before the Navi. There you go. Yeah, I think that's
wow. Don't actually got it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You could ask me that for literally any movie, like ever, and I wouldn't be able to name you anyone who's in there.
No, I bet if I ask you about the Amazing Bulk, you'll figure it out.
No shit, right?
Oh yeah, the Bulk.
The Bulk.
But at the end of it, like I know the main character, Jake Sully. I'm not even convinced that's his actual name. But it's like these characters are flat. There's nothing going on. It's just sold on visuals. At least Titanic had really cool there's stuff with the characters. It was a simple love story. James Cameron tells very simple stories.
Yeah.
He is not his directorial genius is being able to tell an incredible story on such an epic scale. Terminator 2, arguably his best movie. It's extremely simple. It doesn't take away from it. In fact, it enhances it. It is a superpowered being on the good guy side fighting a superpowered being. It is peak Terminator. That's why every other Terminator afterwards tries to copy it, because that is the epitome of Terminators. We're taking these two incredibly powerful beings and we're putting them into our world, which is paradise compared to where they're from, and we're watching them destroy shit. Because to them, it's no consequence. They know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but with Avatar, it's like
Disney is kicking themselves building Avatar World after buying Star Wars. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, that'll make money. That'll make money.
Shiny Pancake, thank you for following, by the way. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but yeah, thank you very much, Shiny Pancake. But yeah, no, and you're absolutely right about everything you said as far as like that template that James Cameron has continually did. But like, here's the biggest thing about this too is like they're selling itself, as far as the FX goes, right? And that's fine. You can do that. But when you had like the Abyss and Terminator and all these things that made a huge fucking like leap, as far as like, man, this is the first time I've seen things done in this particular way. And you see Avatar, and I'm like, wow, like it was the medium of Blu-ray that really pushes forward too. I'm not saying that the theatrical experience was changed by that, because that's fucking impossible. They had
it did though, because like at the end of the day, it's like what this movie did. Its legacy was it made 3D movies extremely accessible, because this jumped 3D and it became a gimmick. But it was also the fact that it's like, hey, when did this movie come out? Wasn't it 2008 roughly?
2009.
I want to say 2009. Up until that point, you didn't really have CG heavy movies. I don't remember when 300 came out, but I know that this one of the movies that said, hey, we can have almost a primarily like animated movie with a lot of visual effects and still manage to tell a terrible but coherent story.
Yeah, you have to consider like 2005 or 2003-ish was the first time that HD TVs were actually becoming like a real big deal. By the time 2009, 2010 comes around, that's the first time people are getting affordable HD televisions in their house. And some people even had like projector screens that were like the theatrical experience at your house. So like when you have your PS3 there, like you finally made that big fucking leap forward. Avatar was like the beginner's choice for like
it was every TV ever during that time period was showing Avatar.
Yep.
Because any single it was sold out as visuals and that. But again, how many movies after 2009 were like, well, we're going to be as visually promising as this movie? The entire MCU is basically built on that. So it's like, yes, this movie has a legacy, and nothing can ever take that away. But can we pretend that stop pretending this is a good movie? This is a pretty movie. That's all this movie was. It was pretty. And when you take away the fucking, theater experience, it becomes a waste of time.
Yeah, and Jen, I'm going to ask you really quick, what was your first initial, impressions as far as Avatar goes back in the day? And even if you hadn't seen it yet, like, just what do you remember about, like, the phenomena that was Avatar?
This was nothing like the TV show. Where was the water bending?
By the way, in case you guys don't remember at the movie, do you know why M. Night Shyamalan's movie is called The Last Airbender?
Because Avatar won the
because Avatar came out. Yeah. They couldn't call it Avatar: The Last Airbender because they figured people would find it confusing. So they called the movie The Last Airbender.
It's fucking stupid. That's so goddamn dumb. But by the way, Jet, was that something that you thought that this was going to be, by the way? Or were you like, no, there's no way that this is actually based on the Avatar: The Last Airbender or whatever?
I mean, I knew it wasn't based on Avatar: The Last Airbender because I'm pretty sure, like, it was already announced that the movie was coming out, and I already knew, like, it was going to be called Avatar: The Last Airbender. Well, this was called Avatar, so I didn't really actually get it confused, but, no, like, honestly, when it comes to this movie, I did actually see it in theaters, and since it was so long ago, I don't really remember too much about it, except for, it was really pretty. Alien sex with tails, and blue, military, and that's about it. Like, I don't remember too much to have any real qualms about it.
Yeah, Sponge 1919 in the chat. He says, I remember seeing Avatar in 3D and fell asleep for the majority of it. I was bored and witched for the last 2 hours of my life back. And I completely agree with that. Because it was boring as fuck to me. It looked beautiful, but like I can be bored at beauty. I mean, that's a fucking thing. I mean, how many art house movies that we see that are shot well or angled well and everything, and yeah, it just fucking bores you to bed. It is what it is. Merch says, to be fair, James Cameron has been working on Avatar since 1997. And here's the thing, too. You can't necessarily see that here. I'm looking at this, and it does look like a product of its time. So I'll give it that. It doesn't look out of date or anything.
He's working on the 5 pages that was a script.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think it looks fine for what it was, but I just feel like, you know, when something comes out, sometimes I think that certain people that work on like TVs or sell TVs or whatever, they're trying to push a product to sell the product that they're initially selling. So like what they do is like, hey, how can we sell the PS3? Let's sell Blu-ray. Like, because there's no games for it, because that's the thing with Sony, by the way. Like, every first year, Sony doesn't have no fucking exclusives for their video game console. Yeah. And I remember, like, 2006, they were trying to sell, like, hey, Superman on Blu-ray, hey, this on Blu-ray. And when this came out, they were like, fuck yeah, we got a couple of games. It's 2009. People, get Avatar. Please get Avatar. And it probably worked. And then, you know, as far as PlayStation goes. Worked. Yeah, and then Sony's like, hey, by the way, buy a Sony TV. So, you know, you can't enjoy the Blu-ray on the PS3 unless you get the right TV for it. And it's like, man, it pushed so many sales. And I think that that's a big reason why this is such a positive memory in a lot of people's brains. But for me, man, I was not sold on this at all. I think it was fucking silly.
I even played the video game that Ubisoft made. That game was terrible.
I didn't even know they fucking, especially Ubisoft, I didn't know that. JG Panda, by the way, he says, the biggest issue with Avatar's pop culture relevance, despite Cameron's ambition for the series, was there has been next to it expanded media to keep it in their zeitgeist. No TV shows, video games, or even books. Yeah. Well, as you said, there was a video game.
There was a video game, and it was terrible. But he does have a point that there isn't. First, it's Star Wars. Star Wars came out. It was the original, and you know, this is back. You know, the first couple movies came out. They had the trilogy. It was fantastic. What kept it going was eventually the extended universe. That's why people are like so mad at the most recent Star Wars. He's like, hey, you're at this 20 years of the expanded universe, to which you ignored most of it. With Avatar, it comes out in 2009, and James Cameron just goes underwater for 10 fucking years. And he's like, don't worry, guys, I'm going to revolutionize the world. And I have this argument with my buddies every fucking week. With like, it's going to be the greatest thing ever, $2 billion. I'm like, no, it's not. Because even though James Cameron has done this a couple of times where he's changed cinema, people are used to Avatar. People are used to movies like Avatar. Like, Avengers Endgame has more CG than Avatar. There are movies that have more CG than Avatar. There are movies with bigger scales than Avatar. So it's like, it coming back and just being like, oh, we're going to be 3D without screens and we're going to do all this shit. It's like, no one's going to care. It's going to be successful, but it's going to be successful for its budget. It's going to be successful for a $200 million movie. It'll make $1 billion, maybe $2. You're not recapturing Avatar.
Well, here's the biggest thing for me is like, you know, we were talking about the recapturing of what Avatar is or whatever. The thing is, I keep it recapturing this $2.8 billion, whatever the fuck. Like, hey, my financial dick is bigger than yours. I'm looking over here at Endgame, and I'm like, I know they're going to come back and try to, like, say, hey, we're going to reissue this. We're going to make sure to have a big thing going on with the...
This is going to be a fucking put in theaters. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and especially, you know, the fact that they're going to be doing this, I think that they might have a couple of reasons to do so. Like, for instance, you know, when the next Marvel movie comes out, maybe they can do a thing of like, hey, come back to the theater and marathon like the last 8 movies that led up to, you know, Black Widow or fucking whatever. And, you know, theaters need that. And I'm glad that that's happening. I'm glad that people are willing to kind of rewatch these movies. But to get the theatrical experience, Avatar just can't do that. I don't understand why it's even slightly comparable or even competitive with Avengers Endgame, because Endgame legitimately is an event, man. I mean, Avatar, we can say it's an event. We can say that was a big historical, like, fucking stamp. But it's not an event. Endgame is an event. I can even say that. I fucking hate Endgame. But it's like, you can watch this and have, like, a party around it, because not only is it such a long movie, but it's actually a second half of a singular story. And then you got these fucking, like, 10, 12 movies beforehand and movies afterwards. And a show. You can watch this and connect it with WandaVision. Do you know what I mean? Like... So I don't understand.
The argument people have is like, yeah, the only reason Endgame made that money is because it built off 10 years of whatever the fuck, and everyone's like, oh, you know, Avatar was original IP that did that, so it's better. It's like, yeah, it was original IP, but it was trash.
Yeah.
Like, I could pick out a lot of moments in Endgame that I liked. I could also pick out a lot that I didn't like. That's not why we're here. I could pick out a ton of fucking moments of that movie. I legitimately, the only thing that I remember from that movie is my friend made me burst out laughing. Because it's like, hey, you know those tail things they used to have sex with other Navi? I'm like, yeah. You know that really big, flying fucking dragon thing? He sticks his tail in it, so he fucks it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like
I
a
didn't even think
true
about that.
fucking hero.
Yeah, like that. This is essentially better than that fucking idea people have about Ant-Man going inside Thanos' ass and expanding.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous. JJ Pan is saying allegedly the theme park's budget was cut following the plans for Star Wars. There was supposed to be a lot more Na'vi in the park, but there are only a few visitors. But here's the thing: it's like, how are you gonna build a whole park based on one fucking movie? I can understand.
Well, the thing is, it's not just one movie. There's fucking. He's writing notes. He's building a universe in the background. The thing is, we don't know what he's been doing for 10 fucking years.
You could say that all the time. It's like Todd McFarlane. Like, hey, trust me, Spawn's the shit in this new movie.
It's the
like,
same thing. The only difference is the movie they're talking about made almost $3 fucking billion as opposed to Todd McFarlane's $5 at a Subway sandwich.
Don't you say, I knew you were going to be mean. I knew you were going to be mean.
Yeah.
You almost agreed there. Don't you talk shit about my Spawn. Michael J. White did a fucking amazing job to Spawn. And
even Michael J. White's talking shit about Spawn. You hear an interview where they're like, "Hey, you were talked about for the next Spawn.
I hope you guys
do you know anything about the next one?" He's like, "I don't know. I think they're gonna do some weird mist thing. Like, they didn't really tell me much about it. It doesn't sound like my kind of thing."
Chat.
In other words, it sounds like garbage.
Right now, chat. When Spawn becomes huge and they come out with a big, stupid, goofy fucking CGI fest that comes out now. Oh, Mr. DeJesus, how dare you say he fucking sucks? The thing is, though.
Thank you. I don't know who you are, but I like you already.
Dude, in like 2 years, maybe 2 decades, when that fucking Spawn movie comes out.
I'll say this right now. Spawn is a loser and nobody's going to care about him. They'll make a Ghost Rider, they'll make Ghost Rider relevant before they make Spawn relevant.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're going to come out with that fucking movie and everyone's going to be all over his fucking big old spiky balls or whatever. And
oh,
then
really?
Like
Child's Play?
And then Alan's going to come, oh, that was great. Mark Hamill's fucking great as Chucky. It was fucking amazing.
Literally, that movie was terrible.
Yo,
and
for Tupac. For Tupac. That's all I gotta say. For Tupac.
The movie came out in 2019.
It doesn't matter. That's how G Child's Play is, okay? Like fucking
The movie's terrible!
The movie's not terrible. You like the ending. You're just like, oh god, fucking
You hate the ending!
No, but you like the ending. Because you're silly. You're silly.
That's the only part of the movie I enjoyed.
Can't believe you like that ending. You're unbelievable. Fucking
The doll was set to evil, everyone. That weird doll. The entire plot of that movie is some disgruntled
Dude, you can totally do that, though. Look at Small Soldiers. It's the same thing as Small Soldiers. You can totally do that, where the ship is like a weaponized ship, whatever, and you put that artificial intelligence inside of a fucking doll.
That was
makes
stupid,
sense.
too!
It was a stupid. Small Soldiers made me cry.
A lot of things make you cry.
Okay. Fuck you. Dude, they got Chucky Child's Play with Small Soldiers. That'd be fucking amazing. But no, my point is when Spawn comes out, you're gonna be all over his fucking nuts, and I'm gonna come back to this particular show. I'm gonna be like, look at chat, look at this, look at all the people who talk shit about
you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be like the Alien movie.
No, because it's
the
no
Alien
different.
Covenant.
It's no
gonna
different.
be some garbage. It's gonna no. I'll call what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a Spawn movie in the next 10 fucking years. Who knows? And it's gonna be the biggest species in the world. And I'd be like, yeah, I told you. It's like, well, actually, it's really nuanced. And if you look here, it's really close to the comics. And look at the violence and the blood. And Todd McFarlane's a genius. And
look, here's a fucking thing. You
immature. He's gonna spend 45 minutes defending that shit.
You immature bearded boy. Let me tell you something.
Goddamn right.
Another thing too. Just like you, everyone was doing this shit with Iron Man before it came out, before 2008, and I was doing. I was like,
"Fuck about Iron Man prior to the MCU."
Oh fuck, yeah, because it takes something good coming out to fucking like.
Yeah, well, tell me when something good from Spawn happens.
By the way, too, same thing with Spider-Man. I'm thinking about like a lot of.
What are you talking about? Spider-Man, people.
Sam Raimi taught you guys that Spider-Man was cool. That fucking cartoon
Spider-Man is one of the biggest superheroes of all time, next to Batman and Superman. Are you highly doubt it? What are you fucking? Are you high? It literally goes Superman, Batman, Wolverine, and Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, but like now that's the case. Back then, I don't think that was the case so much.
What are you talking about? It's been the case since the fucking 90s. 90s Spider-Man.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Spider-Man. 60, dude. He's been relevant since the 60s.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I was born to play J. Jonah Jameson.
You fucking nerd.
Nobody likes you.
Oh man, you know what? Look, all I'm saying here is like, because I know we got into a fucking whole other thing, and we're talking about the money.
Yeah, but you being wrong.
These two movies are gonna be making a lot of money, and you guys are fucking stupid for going in and seeing these movies. But at the same time, though, if you're gonna be doing that, cool. But give it to something
Pick the better
like
one.
Endgame. Well, like literally. Put it on Endgame, where, and I hate to say that because I fucking hate that movie, but that's a movie that does earn a theatrical experience. Avatar does not do that, and at the same time too, it's like if you go see a Marvel marathon, like a Marvel-thon, whatever the fuck they should call it that, by the way. There you go. Here's a fucking title for you guys. Use it, Marvel-thon.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, see, I come up with some good titles. I'm pretty good. But no, here's the thing.
You got one.
Oh, Corey, I'm about to win an argument, Corey. What the fuck? All right, I'll be right back.
Good. The universe is on my side.
Yeah.
Wait, Nick hates Endgame. He has the same opinion I do, where it's like there's a lot of good parts, but there's a lot of parts that aren't as good, and overall it's just like, I don't know. For me, overall, I gotta rewatch it, but it's just like, bro, there's so many points in that movie where I'm just like, yo, what tone are you going for? You have these incredible, like, somber moments, and then you just cut the tension with a fart joke. It's like a 4-year-old wrote some of those scenes. After it was a big deal when it got released because it was one of the most heavily CG'd movies. It was the IMAX 3D experience. There was also massive blizzards across North America, which actually, like, basically got people to go into theaters because there's nothing else to fucking do. Like, it was an event, but, like, people didn't really have, like, it was a new IP and a blockbuster in a time where the MCU was barely starting because Iron Man just came out, Dark Knight just came out, so nobody thought superhero movies would be viable. And then this crazy thing comes out, and it fucking what was it? It manages to blow everyone's pants off because of its visual style, and the IMAX 3D. The 3D is what really sold it because it was unique.
Yeah, and the IMAX sells a lot of movies. I mean, I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'll bring up mine as far as that example goes. Aquaman. Aquaman is a movie that you need to see at the movie theater. If you see that at home or see it on a small computer screen or something, I do think that the shit just fails upon entry because after the Amber Heard beginning, which, by the way, what a fucking terrible thing that Amber Heard's not going to be in the sequel because she was the best part of Aquaman. She was amazing. That
I don't know if you want to die on that hill.
But I mean, I know it's like, hey, fuck Gina Carano, fuck Amber Heard, but it's like,
hey, I liked her in the movie, but yeah, I ain't dying on that hill.
But I'm gonna put this up, and by the way, this is one of those situations too. I'm curious if people are gonna hate me on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I feel it. But it's like it's one of those situations like, Rocky, Arnold, all those guys. I say Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold, all those guys get to beat up wives, cheat on them, do whatever the fuck they're doing, and then still be like the big heroic entertainment leaders. But Gina Carano shares a fucking tweet and her whole career is gone. It's like, yeah, she's a bitch. But you know how many fucking dudes that are successful as fuck that we all praise? Yes, Arnold, I'm not worthy. The Terminator. But yet they don't get in fucking trouble. We still think they're fucking amazing. Stone Cold beats his fucking wife, and tomorrow's Stone Cold Day, and we're gonna act like it never happened. Mike Tyson got in trouble for fucking, like allegedly, he raped somebody. But he's so cute the way he lisps. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's like, you can hate somebody and you can hate their thoughts on certain things, but Jesus Christ, dude, like fucking, let people have their goddamn movies and you can talk shit about them and enjoy the goddamn.
I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like, I think that the hate Amber Heard is getting is solely on the fact that it's like, oh hey, see, men get abused all the time. They're basically putting her as a poster child to be like, oh yeah, women can be just as abusive as men, and they're basically the whole double standarding so hard, so extra hard, and they're like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp, he did nothing wrong. No, Johnny Depp's a terrible person. Can we get back to that? Like, they both should be fired for whatever jobs they were in. Like, we shouldn't sit there and give justice for Johnny Depp is the stupidest hashtag I've seen in a while.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is the relationship. We don't know what fucking really happened.
He's an abusive alcoholic. He just isn't abusive as the person that was also abusive.
Yeah, and by the way, like, he's probably a victim. We do not know, guys. Like, everyone needs to. Yeah. People need to realize they don't know what happened. So, like. I believe that Amber Heard was probably a bitch, but like she was good in her movie with Aquaman. Like just let her do her fucking thing. Like,
nah, I kind of agree with the firing. As much as like, hey, I liked her in the movie. She had one of my favorite action scenes. She committed crimes, so yes, the person should be fired. Same thing with Johnny Depp. I can't say I really liked him or anything in the last couple of years, but whatever. So it's like it's same thing Gina Carano. Like your boss told you to stop tweeting shit and you didn't fucking listen, so you got fired. Like, you did something wrong, you got fired.
Yeah, I was typing this, but I guess I'll say it too, just because it makes conversation go continuing. Piper saying, but you did see that Canadian reporter tell Mike Tyson, we know you're convicted rapist, and Mike Tyson basically told him he's a rat piece of shit.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's like in that situation, no, you're being a fucking dick, and I'm glad Mike Tyson went off on him, whatever, because he was being very disrespectful and it wasn't appropriate. But at the same time, though, like. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that you should cancel those guys because Marissa earlier was like, aren't you one of those guys who worships Stone Cold? And I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking love Steve Austin. Thank you, Jameer1616. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I don't fucking like chase you away with my my hot takes here. But the thing is though, it's like, I will like love the Terminator and I love Stallone. I love like bands who do horrible shit, etc. Yeah. But the thing is though, it's like I don't want anybody to be fucking canceled as far as careers go. Like, you can be a piece of shit. but we're not supposed to know about who you are outside of the characters you're
But
playing.
I think that matters though. Like I get what you mean, and there's certain celebrities, there's certain people I follow that it's like they've had sketchy past, very sketchy past, but it's like, what kind of person are they currently right now? It's like with Gina Carano, it's like, yeah, I liked her in Haywire, and she was great in The Mandalorian, but she just kept doubling down and unapologetic. Where it's like a lot of people that I follow that have had issues have at least tried to be better. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't the same person that back in the day that had all those issues. He's tried his best to be a better person.
I guess, and not to go back and forth, because I'm not trying to like devalue whatever you say. I completely understand and actually agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I just want to put it out there where it's like, if we're going to hold these standards to like, okay, if you act like this, if you do this, we get rid of you, then let's retroactively stop like getting, you know, hey Stallone, do you want to make another fucking Rocky movie? I mean, these are stupid anyways, but keep doing them because we just gotta keep praising
But
them.
But the difference between Amber Heard and Gina Carano is they did it now. Like a lot of the stuff, like retroactively getting someone out of there, it depends on what they did. Like it really fucking depends. Like again, should James Gunn have been fired for his tweets? That's up for debate. Should he have been hired? No.
Yeah.
Because we got hired probably wasn't around that
But
time.
the difference is like James Gunn is able to, you know, hide somewhat between like what his actual beliefs are, and it's like, oh, he did this thing, but like we don't know if that's actually his character. And here's another thing too, it's like he's also working on the most popular type of content that's out there, nerd shit. And everyone's like, well, we really like Guardians.
I mean, so was Gina Carano and fucking Amber Heard.
Well, no, but like if Gina Carano taken out, it's not going to change the continuation of Mandalorian. If James Gunn is taken off of whatever, then there goes your Suicide Squad bullshit. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like people still want their content, and you know, if Gina's not going to be, because like Amber Heard being gone, they can just write her character off, and Jason Momoa can still walk around sexy as fuck doing his thing. She's not going to change the continuation. Really yeah, so it's like
again, I just think people do like we're doing a situation right now because where people, if they're doing something like cancel culture is a bit, I don't want to say this is out of control because I think people that say that are just like, I don't want anything to ever change ever. Nobody should ever to deal with the consequences. It's like, no, the people should be accountable for their consequences. This is what we've been saying forever. Celebrities are normal people, just like you or me. Everybody has problems. Half these problems, like people getting away with alcoholism and drug use and like fucking sex allegations for years, for decades, and there's been no justice. It was like, oh, sweep under the rug. He makes money. She makes money. Don't fucking worry about it. But now it's like people are getting fired left to right. Like, no, we got to protect the celebrities. No. They need to be accountable too. I don't care if you get paid $20 million for a fucking movie. If you fucking assault somebody, like you should get fucking fired, like a person would at their job.
Yeah, and I somewhat disagree with that particular notion, but I totally agree with just like your morals on it too. And I guess that's pretty much where we end that off because yeah, it does suck that people are willing to say, hey, well, celebrities can do whatever the fuck they want. Because I don't want to go that far. Like right now, I'm kind of in the middle where I agree with myself, and I totally feel the way I feel about no one getting their jobs taken away. But also too, like let's not completely defend celebrities. Like Gina Carano, like you told me the other day, she found other work. It's like she's fine. You know what I mean?
Immediately, like the next day.
Yeah. So it's like to go against my own point. It's like it's not like they're fucking struggling over here. So it is what it is. E-Mike, he says, hey, Diaz, do you remember Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4-Star? I do not. I have not seen any Dragon Ball Z, and especially no Abridged shit. Not to talk shit about or anything, too. I don't want to talk about, like, my lack of anime knowledge, because that's such a long fucking thing. But do you remember that at all, dude?
Of course I do. I fucking loved it. I'm surprised E-Mike's asking you instead of me. I could quote most of that shit off the top of my fucking head.
So why Vegeta. Is it... No, really quick, can you tell me why, like, this is a considerably, or, like, compare this to the original? Like, is there something, because I don't even know what the fuck abridged means. Like, it's supposed to be funny? Or
abridged is basically, like, the word abridged just means a shortened version of it. But the original Dragon Ball Z, series from, the freaking Saiyan saga to, the end of the Buu saga, it was always a very, it's a very serious show. And it had its weird, like, it was very serious, but then it had this, like, random filler episodes that were straight up goofy comedies. But it basically was a very serious show, but it was very long-winded as an anime that had tons of fucking episodes, hundreds of episodes, and it dragged on everything because it's trying to catch up with the manga. So there's a lot of fucking filler, there's a lot of stuff that they would do, and most of it was comedic. But it did have its very, very serious moments, but it also had a character that was kind of a fucking idiot. So everyone does a bridge series. There's a bridge series for every fucking thing out there, and it's fan-made, but most of them are actually quite terrible because like, oh, we're gonna do meta Deadpool kind of jokes and point the fact that we're an anime and oh yeah, this plot's really dumb, huh, guys? Yeah, let's just spread ourselves out of it, ha ha ha. The Dragon Ball Z is never that. It was, we're gonna shorten these arcs, but we're gonna take the important stuff out of there. But we're also gonna in underneath comedy, we're gonna put comedy underneath subtext that fits to every character. Like Vegeta is a shit talking. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone around, and he's just like that. Almost he's like a louder fucking Daria. Like he doesn't give a fuck about anything that's going on, and he will just talk shit to you. Goku's a fucking idiot, and it's hilarious. Like they managed to do the comedy, but it never takes away from the characters. And I fucking love the Avengers series.
So, Jet, really quick, I know that like I think Bleach and a couple other fucking animes like Naruto have like abridged versions or whatever. But like, do you have like a certain like, okay, I'd rather watch this abridged version versus the original? Is that the case for any anime at all for you, or no?
Nah, I'm not really big on abridged series.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
Because like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, do they stick like? Because like, when you have an abridged series, are some like, okay, well, we're gonna make sure to stick to the story, so it's just shortened. Yeah. Or is there like a thing where like it depends on the person who's making it, where some people might just make it just a big ass dumb fucking comedy, and it has nothing.
It depends on the anime. Honestly, it depends on the team.
Most of the time, they turn it into comedy, so whatever. Like the Case Closed one, like that one was actually pretty fun for a little bit. But then then it's just like, yeah, I'd just rather watch the original series.
Also, chat, I'm gonna ask you guys this, and we'll talk about this too. But I have to bring this up. Someone brought it up in the chat there, but I do, just so you guys know a little bit more about me, Nick Diaz. I actually do anime thumbnails, whatever, for DJ Miles, which you can follow DJ Miles over there on YouTube and whatnot. Used to be part of What's in the Box with Christian and everybody, Double Toasted. But the thing is, though, is I've always bring it up to him because sometimes he'll ask me, like, hey, man, what's some animes you think I should talk about? Because I go on my anime list and have a seasonal, like, hey, here's the shit that's coming out. Here's what's popular. Here's how many people, how many likes they give it. And one of the things that keep coming up every fucking like couple of seasons is Sword Art Online. It's like a huge thing. And
Sword Art Online is fucking garbage.
See, but like, why does everybody say that? And yet, like, no matter what you say, and DJ, because DJ Miles agrees with you, he thinks it's shitty too.
Okay, Nick, you know why? You know why? What do you hate about? What's the number one thing you hate about anime that you always fucking complain about? In every anime every like shonen fight anime you've ever seen.
Perversions as well as senpai and dudes being so fucking powerful.
Okay, that's Sword Art Online.
You're forgetting the main one that makes them mad. Video game references.
Oh my god, I hate that shit.
So Sword Art Online is they go into a video game, so all the women are scantily dressed and clothes falling off, and the main character is super awesome at everything, and everyone loves him.
Oh yeah.
That is the show.
He's a solo player, and therefore, because he played the game before it, like, what was it? In the beta, he's way stronger than everyone else.
Ooh, so Emike, that's hilarious. I actually played the dot hack. When you say dot hack, you mean like those ones that had the PS2?
Sword Art Online wishes it was dot hack. There, I said it.
No, because the thing is the PS2 games. I don't know if is that connected to the anime or no. Because like, there's dot hack infection, dot hack evolution, dot hack whatever the fuck.
I never played the dot hack games.
Okay, I did. I fucking loved them. But my friend, and I could be wrong because he was just a dude who was just into shit, but I don't think he did research. I remember he told me, he was like, yo, dude, like, you know, it's based off of a show. He was one of those guys. He has a skateboard. Yeah. So, like, you know, I don't know how. Okay, JP saying yes. So, goddamn, dude, like, I want to see a dot hack fucking anime and see how it compares.
Well, it's not this. This has one of the things. It's again. It's very colorful. It pops up. The character designs are actually quite terrible. Holy shit! Every one of these is awful.
Actually,
but people like that shit. No, like they I don't know. Hey, how do we make character designs? Add a bunch of lines and keep the basic colors, and then make frilly shit. It's like no, the character designs are all fucking.
The thing about Sword Art Online is that it starts off pretty strong with the whole concept of all these people, virtual reality. All these people finally get to be in this fantasy game where they get to live out like their gaming fantasies or whatever. But it turns out you guys are fucking stuck here. You guys, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Like, okay, that's actually a pretty cool concept. That's a pretty cool concept. But as it goes on, it goes more into the slice of life territory and family stuff. They have a whole ass family arc that just like I can't fucking stand it. And then when the second part comes, it's more of a rescue arc, and it's not as good as the beginning of the first one, and also it has implied like incest too, so it's just and a rape scene. So it's just like I hate this. I absolutely hate this.
And by the way, people, this is a thing too, and like I'm not gonna go as far and hyperbolic as saying like, oh, this is the thing about anime that fucking has this happen. But Yashihime, Princess Half Demon, has this show. It's basically a continuation of the Inuyasha stuff. And apparently there's some, and I don't know much about it to be honest. I've only heard this from my Jet and somebody that used to be co-host with us, Trey. But they basically explained that like there's some incest shit going on over here too. And it's like I don't know why that's the thing because like for instance,
No, it's not incest. Pedophilia.
Pedophilia, yeah. And it's like the thing is like Inuyasha and all this stuff, they're fucking huge. Like they're huge IPs or whatever I guess you can call it, or just names. So why would they fucking go over there and make like a fucking like a gamble on your audience leaving? Because
they won't, because a lot of the people in Japan watch this shit and they tend to not really give a fuck.
But is it because like there's some kind of like thing that makes it normalized a little bit because maybe like I don't know, like this world's fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
There's this whole thing going on with like when it comes to a lot of animes and animated TV shows to where people are kind of like, oh, let people ship what they want, and usually the ships they're fighting for are ships with very big age differences. It's not something on the lines like boy boy girl girl, something on those lines. Whenever I see let people ship what they want, it's usually on the lines of just like, oh, this dude's like 36 years old. This girl's like 17. Let them be together. Like,
yeah,
man, ages in anime are a fucking wild game.
In the case of a Princess Half Demon, in the original show, a very popular character who almost everyone liked actually basically took on this. I think she was about 8 years old in the original show. Mm-hmm. It was sort of like a father. It was sort of like a father
figure type situation.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, this is cute. He's actually like, because the thing is, he didn't like humans. He's a demon himself, and he's starting to basically like, because of this girl, he started to actually like humans and tolerate them. Now jump to this series. The whole thing about this series was just like, okay, who is the baby mama of the two main characters of this the two twins? Because technically, no one else got close to Shishomaru except for one person. But spoilers, she fucking dies. So the only other option is either a completely new character that we've never seen, or this 8-year-old girl after a time skip of maybe like 5 years, which would make her,
13?
Yeah, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around that range. And in the show, even though this dude's a full adult, he's over 100 years old, but he gives off being 19 years old. So it's still pretty gross. It's a grown-ass adult, and he basically has sex with a girl who's under 18. And yeah, you could possibly say like, okay, yeah, it was in the medieval times. Like it's fine. Like that happened. And the people writing this show are from our time. They know better.
I also want to point out that most of the quote-unquote, oh, it was better during that time. There's two fundamental stipulations. One, people only lived to about 25. And two, most of those were not consensual anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking weird because I've seen that happen a lot, and I want to say, like, oh, this is because of Japanese, whatever, because I don't know enough about Japanese culture.
Unfortunately, without sounding condescending, it is a lot of stuff where it's like, the anime ages are... It's one of the things I hate about anime is that the fucking objectification of extremely young-looking girls. But don't worry, we said they're 18. Just so we can get away from the legality, or just mostly for Western cultures, because Japan really doesn't give a fuck, and I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, because they're all pedophiles over there. But like, no, they don't really care. To them, age is an age. It doesn't matter as much as it matters over here. So it becomes very weird where it's like a lot of times that they have to specify 18 to make sure they can, because anime is big around the world. It's bigger in Japan, obviously, but there's a reason they localize all these animes, because they can make a ton of money around the world. But the rest of the world doesn't sit there and objectify tiny little girls. But don't worry, she's 18 because we said so. Like, it's fucking...
It's usually, like...
So...
The thing is, it's just... Even in, like, anime relationships, when it comes to, like, men and men, it's just like, okay, that can be cute. No, they do it for stuff like Attack on Titan with fucking Levi and fucking Eren. Just like, this 30-year-old man and this 15-year-old boy. Why are you shipping this?
Yeah, really quick too. E-Mike says, let's make the characters online little whiny bitches of Sword Art Online. Yeah. I don't like that too about certain animes as well, because if you notice as well, like, Jet, what was that show that we just watched about? It was basically an RPG. That anime that's like basically an RPG the entire time.
The one episode that we watched,
Yeah.
Konosuba.
Yeah.
God's blessing on this wonderful world.
There you go. Yeah, God's blessing this wonderful world. I'll say that because the other one, Karnashuta, is like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck that means. It sounds like a fucking dish that I can't afford. But the thing is, though, is like, over there they have like this grown ass woman, big tits, whatever the fuck. But she looks like she's of age, and she is of age. But then she cries like a little girl. Like they have adult women, like they could be moms. And they're like, and like she has like these fucking ridiculous clip art fucking tears popping out of her stupid fucking head, and then she's falling down.
That's what's a comedy show. So like, and also like, she's pretty great at the show. She's pretty funny. Like the whole thing is she was taken into a situation that she did not want to get into because she bullied someone else and he brought her in there. So it's just like you can understand her frustration from being a hug and crybaby.
But like,
yeah, but no, Nick does have a point though, because it's like. Yeah. It's like the little girling effect of all the female characters in a lot of anime. It's one of the reasons like I avoided anime for a long time because like every single anime is in high school, and every girl's treated like she's out of some precious fucking animal that has to be saved and coddled so they can get titties out of it. It's like the fuck is this bullshit?
And it's really clumsy shit too. Like okay, and I don't know if you know what I mean by that, Alan, too, and hopefully you understand, Jet. But like, do you know like when girls are like clumsy, but it's like a sexual clumsy? Like I know it's like dumb, but like.
Oh no! I tripped over and now my panties are showing.
No, yeah, dude, exactly. Like I want to put myself out there, but like I used to watch porn, so
Oh no! A man on the internet watched porn. Someone get him.
But like there was like some dumb shit because like I didn't know where to like
it's find hentai, you uncultured fucking swine.
No, exactly. I wasn't even watching that. I was watching like the live action shit. But like an amateur, yeah, live action. The adaptions. No, the thing is though, they would have these situations where like a girl would walk in there and it's like that stupid plumber, cliche of like. What are you doing? Are you fixing my plumbing in the sink? Whoops, I gotta grab this hammer for you. What else you need? Oh, I guess I just stumbled upon his dick. Oh, now he's fucking me. It's like, dude, how do you
see that's where you messed up. You get to the part where basically like, oh, I'm gonna need this hammer, and he fixes the pipes, and then you turn it off.
Fuck that.
No, why would you need to watch anything else? You just watch the beginning part, then you turn it off.
No, I'm so cynical, by the way, that shit would ruin it for me. I was like, dude, there's no fucking way that would have happened. Like, I hate that shit.
Your problem is you're watching it with sound on.
No, I like it because I like a good story. Like, I like if it's gonna be normal.
This man yells at me for story doesn't belong in video games. When it comes to porn, put all the story in there.
Well, yeah, because the situation makes it sexy. It's like one of those things where it's like if it's like okay, like what was it like the things where they try to do like remember Cash Cab, but there was like a sex version of that.
Not fake taxi. I should not have called myself out like that.
No, but like those make sense because it's like, hey, how are you gonna pay for this? I don't know. Well, you can pay me in mouth sex. Well, while we're at it, fucking, and then like a couple of horn honks, whatever, and then we're done. But like that stuff makes sense to me. But like when it's like clumsy shit, it's stupid, and that's what the context of sex. Imagine a fucking anime where they're in a world with RPG shit, and there's going to be dragons, and then, who knows, might be an apocalyptic situation where the world ends, and blah, blah, blah. And she's going, oh, no, I hate this, man. She falls down and shit. I fucking hate that. And then the whole fucking time, barely fucking has clothes on. Titties just bouncing fucking everywhere. Like, at a certain point, if they can do magic, I think she would have done magic to her own titties and make them smaller because her back has to hurt like a motherfucker. Like... My God, I hate that shit.
If it makes you feel any better, like her titties are basically just average in that show.
But look at this, like even these people, this is average titty size right here.
That is small.
No, that's big titty size in that show.
No, that's small, man. I've seen.
She's wearing a breastplate, so they're actually bigger.
Look, like over here too, and I know Jay, you can make a joke, and if Roxy was here, she'd be joking too. But like, okay, you see her over here dressed up, skirt, whatever the fuck, all up. I mean, if you're walking behind her in real life, you'd see her whole asshole.
This 12-year-old looking girl. Let's put her in a fucking upskirt.
Yeah, but then like, watch, she's doing this, wearing the same thing, going against a fucking devil, demon, monster, bullhorn fucking thing back there.
Yeah, because she don't want to be there.
How about she changes her clothes during a battle with the devil?
Well, it doesn't because it's that fan servicing. It's literally an entire genre called fan service where it's like, okay, we need to make sure the guys always look cool. We got to make sure the girls, even though they're looking cool, they always have to be fucking, they have to be show the legs, show the arms, show the breasts. Even if they're knights, even if they're fucking these powerful gods, no, they got to show titty support. Look up Fairy Tail. Try to find a scene in Fairy Tail in which one of the characters is just completely naked.
Yeah,
I actually watch Fairy Tail. There's a lot, but I mean, there's also a lot where they're fucking naked. That show's trash.
That show is garbage.
But yeah, but that's my only rant about that, though. Let's recall it. Someone said something, because I want to make sure to bring these bits up, which, by the way, people, I thank you so much for giving us the bits and the questions and stuff. And if I do forget, you don't have to give me more bits for me to ask the same question. Just make sure to let me know, hey, dude, you forgot.
And also,
how
dare you show the first opening to Konosuba, not the second?
They're equally bad. I mean, they're so equally
No,
bad. And by the way,
No,
Jed, not to
it's
talk
not-
shit, because I usually give you lots of credit as far as you knowing quality when it comes to anime, but you like the fucking first ending 1 to Jujutsu Kaisen, so fucking I don't give a shit what you think is good.
You got a fucking problem. I like the dancing in it.
Guys.
I don't care. And guess
Nick,
what?
you're
It won the
such a
Crunchyroll
nerd.
award. It won the Crunchyroll Award for best ending. So there, you're
Well,
wrong.
that's because memes take over this fucking planet apparently now.
And guess you know what won best opening? Beastar season 1.
Stupid. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But this, guys, this show, by the way, is about souls and curses, and the curses are actually physical poo-poos.
Physical manifestations.
Manifestations, thank you. But it's actually pretty scary. This show is fucking amazing and very, very dark. And they ended off with fucking dancing. Let me put the music on this fucking thing so you guys can hear this. You guys can hear it in the chat tag room over here. But completely like a disco pop type fucking sound. It's ridiculous.
Oh, of course, because you gotta do the upbeat so everyone enjoys themselves. Like Jed is, he's losing her goddamn mind right now.
So fucking annoying. I hate it.
Because that's the same
Oh.
people that did the opening to Beastars, and it's just like they won both opening and best ending, so therefore quality.
And by the way, Beastars, look, I like the opening. I do. But can I bring up something with that too?
No.
This shit looks absolutely beautiful, right? I mean, they did a great job. This looks badass, and it's kind of scary, etc., etc. The show looks nothing like this. This is a lie. Everything you're seeing right here is a fucking lie.
And why do you think? And I to piss off all the anime fans in the chat, that's why I skip intros and outros. I don't like half the time it's either not indicative of the show or it spoils it. Oh great! I'm so glad I watched this opening. You just spoiled 3 character deaths. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Look at this fucking zooming in on the whoop's ass and shit. I know what the fuck you guys are doing.
This is why Alan hates Full Metal Alchemist.
Whoa! Okay, what the? That's my favorite anime of all time. You couldn't have been more wrong. Legitimately, my okay. Top 5 favorite animes are Fullmetal Alchemist, Steins Gate, Dragon Ball Z.
I can't believe you're just sitting here listing the animes that you fucking hate. Why don't you just say you hate Cowboy Bebop too while you're at it? Oh yeah, you
I
did.
actually do.
Oh wow!
See
That's
this?
the first
I don't get it. I don't think it's a terrible anime, but I don't get why everyone is in love with it. I watched like 4 episodes and I'm like, I don't get the fucking big deal.
Someone asked
See
me.
this?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's just over here like, oh yeah, I skip anime intros. I fucking hate the Cowboy Bebop intro.
I don't
why
have an
skip it.
opinion on it. I've heard it twice. I'm like, I don't get it. It's just
You know, he
stylized.
also hates Hunter x Hunter.
I fucking love Hunter x Hunter. That's like number 4. You let me finish my fucking list, and then number 5 is Attack on
The
Titan.
fourth on your hatred list?
No,
Can't believe this.
I had a hatred. Kaiju. Not kaiju. Yeah, Keijo. Keijo's number 1.
Oh fuck that shit. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah,
look over here,
all
though.
this you were talking about, the sexualization of young women and dissing ass everywhere. That's that whole show.
Over here though, someone asked me, if you watch High Rise Invasion, I've never even heard of this, but this looks fucking amazing. I don't know when this came out. This apparently
Recently,
this
actually.
Yeah, because OP came out February 26th, so this might be a new thing that's already on fucking.
This looks like
Netflix.
High School of the Dead.
Oh, that was actually kind of fun to watch, although once again perverted.
Oh, wasn't? Oh my god. No, it was only mildly interesting because of the zombie premise, but it was the same thing of just like tits and ass everywhere.
And we're not gonna get another season of that because the author's dead.
Oh,
Jesus
that's
fucking Christ. That's crazy. But Blazer Michael, let me know if you actually like that. And by the way, too, I saw your question earlier, because I don't mind answering questions if it's not, surrounded by bits and everything. But I do appreciate the support so much, guys, because we do get to use all of that and put it right back into the show. But Blazer Michael earlier asked me if we're gonna give up on the reviews for the anime. We've just been so busy because every Friday there's a ton of shit that comes out. And then we have to touch on those. And then with Corey and I'm not going to blame everything on Corey, but like communication be kind of fucked up over here at the Double Studios. And
yeah. And don't worry, we have it. I am like 4 or 5 episodes away from finishing Demon Slayer. Wednesday we are doing that.
Yeah, for
Hell
sure.
or high water.
Also, chat, can you tell Alan to watch Wolf Children already?
Yeah,
No.
you gotta watch Wolf Children. It's sad as fuck though. I'll put that.
Then
out there.
somehow get Nick to sit through Fullmetal Alchemist.
I'll watch that.
I am.
And by the way, I want to point out for the people, the anime fans in the chat, Fullmetal Alchemist, then Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. They should be watched in conjunction because they complement each other.
I don't know why you're telling him to watch anime that you hate, but I mean, all right.
Nobody likes you, Jet.
Yeah, Max, same here, dude.
Favorite anime of all time.
Max, literally, like, because I agree with Max, it's definitely like almost, I mean, it's a 5 out of 5, so better than sex, I guess, but like...
I don't think it's going to make me cry. There's a very specific set of emotions it's going to take to make me cry. Oh no, children, I'm like, I guess that probably will be sad, but I probably won't even finish the movie.
But Chad, does that make you upset when like a thing makes you cry? Like, do you feel like that makes it go higher or lower in your list? Because for me, it makes it lower. I can't rewatch things that make me cry, make me upset or depressed or anything. So it's like I can't give it points for a non-rewatchability. Like fucking, I don't want to watch it again. It's gonna go collect dust in my digital fucking basement, and yeah, I'm never gonna touch on it again. Fuck that. I hate feeling shit when I watch things. It's supposed to be an escape, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know. Let me see. Someone actually did respond to that too. JP says agreed. But I could have sworn somebody else said, yeah.
Oh, it looks like you're watching Wolf Children now.
I'm good. I have no reason to. I never promised it to anybody. I never said I was going to.
You said yes, you did. When I said DS said you should.
By the way,
Yeah, you lied.
Yeah, you lied to me. Let's be real. So she messaged me privately. She messaged me privately and says, Nick wants you to watch Wolf Children. I'm like, okay, we have to push the Demon Slayer review so I can watch it. So I cut out some time and I was getting ready to watch it. So as we're going there, Corey starts the show like an hour and a half early, which means we got to start 2 hours early. So I text him like, oh, sorry, I won't be able to watch Wolf Children. He goes, ha, 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 okay. Wait, why? Did Jet tell you to watch it? I'm like, yeah. Oh, that was a lie.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, that's an odd
See,
thing.
you ruined it. You should have just let him. You just let him watch it.
I don't want my friends to be upset when they watch something. Why do you want that out of people? Because you want that out of me. I thought you cared about me. Oh, you want to watch this sad thing? She made me watch another fucking thing called Hell or something. And I was like, dude, like, stop making me watch sad shit. I don't want to fucking be upset. Dude, you showed me fucking Grave of the Fireflies. Like, why the fuck would you put that on
Oh,
somebody?
I couldn't even finish that movie. Not because of anything. I was just bored of it.
Well, I mean...
That's what I'm saying.
Agree,
I don't like a lot of those like overtly like sad. Like nothing. I don't like to be sad. Of course, I'll watch emotional stuff, but it's just like I don't really. There's a lot of animated shit I don't watch.
Right, doesn't smell issues. Yeah, I do have issues. I'm fucking upset.
Hey, Naruto is great. Naruto is tied for third place as far as my favorite.
That's
anime.
another one of those things. Just like with fucking.
You got all the filler.
It's weird.
You
Like,
got all the filler.
go ahead, you go. Because I keep interrupting you. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying when you take out all the filler.
Oh yeah, no, I get that.
There's like 10 episodes of Naruto.
Jesus.
And half of it has to do with that fucking swing.
No, but the thing
The
is, though,
fucking
is like
swing.
I will
Sorry.
say though, like Naruto is one of those things where I do like that show a lot, but every time I tell somebody I like that show, they always tell me, oh, but Shippuden. Oh, hey, Max just said in the chat, he's like Shippuden's trash. It's like I don't know how the fuck a show can like so quickly turn into garbage for most people, and like everybody agrees that it turns bad.
You've never watched Game of Thrones, so you wouldn't know. It happens on The Walking Dead all the time. I'm sure The Walking Dead has gone to complete garbage so many times, I've lost count.
I mean, it's happened a lot, but I will say, like, the thing that is garbage about Walking Dead in later seasons, there's, like, remnants of that in the very first season. Like, I gotta tell you, dude, like, they started off kind of bad. Even Jet told me that, like, the finale of the pilot season or whatever, she was like, that was fucking terrible. That CDC blowing up thing, all the terrible CGI with it, and it was like...
What show?
Oh, Walking Dead, the first season. Like, I remember you telling me you hated the finale for that.
No, yeah, like, I didn't even realize, like, I finished the first season. I just like, okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was just kind of the thing of we're gonna blow up everything. But as far as like Shippuden being trash, I don't necessarily think it is. I think the biggest problem is when you watch the original Shonen Jump, the 200 episodes for the first series, it has almost the same trajectory of Dragon Ball Z, where it's like we're gonna focus on different characters and build up a colorful cast of characters, everyone with different powers, different personalities. By the time it gets to the Shippuden, the power levels become so high that outside the main, like, 3 or 4 people, everyone else just gets forgotten about. I always make the joke that no one cares about 1010. They literally forget her for most of the series. Like, I don't even think Jet could defend her at this point. Because they do so fucking little with her. That
I like her outfits.
That's about it. She has
But the thing is, like, to defend 1010 a little bit, they forget a lot of characters. They'll forget fucking Kiba, and she did just as useless and boring.
Yeah, but at least he was cool in the original.
1010 did at least some things, and she was early on Shippuden. She had a fight with the other 3 in her team. That was actually pretty cool. Kiba, it'd be just like, okay, this dude like fights with this fucking dog. You can't wait to see what more he does with that. Nope.
They forget they do the thing where they forget a majority of their cast to focus on Naruto, Sasuke, not even Sakura to that degree. It's mostly just the Naruto show at that point. Which he's the main character, but it's like you built up all these other people that eventually become not necessarily useless, but because it's not useless in the fact that they can't do anything. It's just in the fact that the things that they're really good at is completely ineffective against anything that's going on. Except for the fact that they exist and they're Naruto's friends. That's literally the entire thing, is to be in the background and cheer for him. And it's like, that's great because Naruto's a cool character, but I could see people not liking it because it's like, hey, what about Hinata? What about all these other people? Like the bug guy. That bug guy's terrifying.
He like his ability is strong as fuck, but like they do not use him whatsoever. Like they could have used him in that one episode where they were literally looking for Sasuke. Like they were literally searching him out. Why didn't they bring his ass along?
I also want to point out Rock Lee was completely wasted. And fuck Itachi! I'm gonna say this right here. None of people here. Itachi murdered his entire clan. He is a terrible person. I don't care about the light novels. I don't care that he did it for the right reason. He's a fucking loser who killed his entire fucking people because someone said, "Oh, we'll kill your brother if you don't murder every single man, woman, and child in this village." Like, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, Itachi. Oh, I did it because I love you. Good, you're putting the entire genocide of his people on his fucking shoulders. I did it for you. Fuck you, Itachi. I don't give a shit about his intentions. I do not care about his intentions. He killed everybody. No, I did it because I love my brother.
So you hate Itachi.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the old man, pervy old sage?
I mean, he's literally a pervert. But Jesus fucking Christ. So it's like, I'm sad that he died because Naruto gave a fuck about him, but he was a pervert sexual assaulter.
I was gonna ask.
He didn't commit genocide.
Is he loyal to his country though?
He's loyal to Naruto.
I don't know. I've lost all these fucking words. I'm just like, God damn, dude. I don't know what the
so
fuck
like while we're sitting here, like talking about Naruto and its many flaws, at least you can say it's better than fucking Bleach.
I never watched Bleach because people kept telling me don't watch Bleach.
Bleach is fucking great in the beginning.
Apparently it gets everyone says that. It gets great until it sucks.
Yeah, which sucks.
No, like, after the whole Rukia retrieval arc, it's just like this show's not that good anymore.
Yeah.
Tragate is about to bring that up. Like every time I'm like, hey, should I watch Bleach? Everyone goes, yeah, for like 2 seasons or 3 seasons.
Which sucks because I feel like people do that and then like now people kind of expect that something's gonna go bad. Like I had that kind of happen with me with Hunter x Hunter to the point where like there was a certain season or arc that was kind of like, oh, it's gonna be good, whatever. And granted, like maybe I expected too much still, but there's a season that no one brought up that's absolutely amazing to me, and I feel like it was because I think it's season like 5 that I'm really loving, or season 4. I can't remember which one, but like
we're on Chimera right now.
Okay, I love the current season that we're on right now. Like that one is fucking incredible, and I don't think anyone ever brings that one up to me. Like no one ever goes like, "Oh shit!" Like this one is like it's never that one.
The Chimera arc you're talking about?
I believe so.
Yeah, people love that.
That arc isn't on Netflix, so you got to go to another site to watch that.
Oh, yeah. Really? Okay. But like it's just funny because like I remember when I was working at the video game store and like someone would come in and would have like a Hunter x Hunter shirt, be like, oh, I love that shirt, I like Hunter x Hunter. It's like, wait until you get to fucking. It's like that's the first thing they say. It's like, holy shit, like must be like pretty fucking insane. And like
it's like when you watch Dragon Ball Z, everyone's gonna tell you wait till you get to the Frieza arc, I think, or wait till you get to the Cell Saga. Cell Saga is the best Super is its own thing. So with the Z Saga, in the entirety of the Z series, the Cell Saga, all the fans agree it is the best one.
Yeah, so like I said, man, I just gotta not put too many expectations out there for myself because I think I ruined these shows for myself. I think that I just kind of expect too much, and that's
it's a thing. What happens? Everyone's like, oh, check it out, it's the best one, it's the best one, it's the best one. There's a reason where if something exists, like the Snyder Cut's coming out in 3 fucking days. I'm not gonna talk to a single fucking person. I'm not talking to any of y'all, especially not to Nick or Jet. Because even your tone will tell me if the movie. If Nick comes and goes, this is the greatest thing ever, but like, oh shit, okay, I have an expectation. If Nick comes in saying this is complete garbage, I also have an expectation. If I get 5 or 6 people saying whether or not they enjoyed it or not, I can piece together if I'm gonna like the movie because I'm always in the middle of everyone else.
And you're saying this for a particular movie? Or you're saying just for all movies?
Oh, general. There's a reason I avoided the chat and like the entire internet for like 2 days to watch WandaVision because I don't want to know if it's good, bad, in between, middle, or whatever. Because a perfect example: Wonder Woman 1984 comes out, and I didn't get to watch it till like midday. Nick hated it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Perfect. Another one of our friends who loved Wonder Woman and is into comic stuff also didn't like it. So I'm like, at that point, I'm worried the entire movie. Going, oh no, this movie's gonna suck. Because it's two opposite ends agreeing. That's a problem.
We're out of line because I came in right after that.
But you did too. I saw Jet's response too. I'm like, with Jet, it's like you're closer to Nick as far as your kind of superhero stuff. Because for the most part, you don't like it. You're not as angry as Nick, but you're about there. So I'm like, fuck. If enough people have this opinion, this movie might suck.
And by the way, speaking of that, let's actually bring this up really quick because this is a big thing that I just kind of want to get both of your thoughts on. Even you, Jed, even though you're probably going to be trying to dodge me as far as this whole conversation goes, but I'm going to fucking squeeze it out of you. By the way, what's up, Hollow Man? How you doing? He's saying garbage trash, and I agree if you were talking about fucking Wonder Woman 84 and the 2017 one because it was trash. But speaking of that woman, I'm trying to wonder whether or not that these fucking things were paid for. Since first reviews. Wait, I gotta segue somehow. But his first reviews for Zack Snyder's Justice League are remarkably positive, and you would think, because I mean it's Variety.com, so I'm like, oh, like these are these guys that want to like say certain buzzwords. Are like, ooh, I guess I'll click on that. But even my own friends and the Double Toss community who have screeners to this or whatever too, they're like, dude, like this shit actually is pretty fucking good. I don't know what to think of this, man, because it's 4 hours fucking long. I think that if you watch something for 4 hours long, you might go through like the 3 stages of boredom, hatred. Okay, maybe it's not as bad.
If you're in a theater, maybe, but at home, you could just say, fuck it, I'm out. Like, that's the benefit of it is, like, it's in the theater, so that's why you can get it with the 4 hours. It's broken up into parts. Like, we didn't get to do a review for this, but I watched Doctor Sleep, and that movie's 3 hours long, and I loved every second of it. The movie, it was fucking amazing, and it got broken up into chapters as well. And it fit really, really well with the pacing because it was paced for a longer form read. Like, at this point, like, I do think IGN has always been paid. Like, this isn't even like a thing. They for sure get paid because an IGN 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 is going to go on the box cover of the fucking DVD. So they get paid to do their fucking reviews. And the thing is, like, oh, you get paid. Hey, we're going to pay you $10,000 a review. You know, he really does a lot of good, interesting things. Like that could mean anything. That doesn't necessarily mean good. It just means interesting. Interesting could be the most biggest piece of shit in the world. But at the end of it, it's like the early reviews mean fucking nothing. Do you remember the early reviews for Batman v Superman? It was the same fucking thing. I'm excited for this movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of the people that just, oh, Zack Snyder did it. It's shit. It's like, no. I legitimately think Zack Snyder can make good movies if he's given, like, he needs to be held back from his leash a little bit. But if he's given a little bit of room, he's okay. Too much room, it's a problem. But, like, I don't know. Like, I think people are like, well, it's better than Joss Whedon's because, you know, Joss Whedon is shit right now and his movie wasn't that good. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. Is it a good movie?
Tree, by the way, says, I'm listening to critics and just do you, bro. So here's the thing. I know you're probably not too used to this, even though, I mean, he's Peter Parker, by the way. You know, he's been here forever. But the thing is, though, is like back in the day, I used to probably kind of listen to critics and be like, okay, well, people are saying this, so let me kind of like somehow use that as context for whatever I'm going to say. But at this point in my career of podcasting, fuck critics. I do not listen. Like, I hope you realize that. Like, as far as critics goes, man, all of us in this fucking call right now, we do not listen to Rotten Tomatoes. We don't listen to Double Toasted. Like, because I completely disagree with everything Double Toasted says about fucking movies nowadays. Like, I'm just 100%. If you're a critic, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Because, like,
I do those video games. I did an entire rant on Metropolis where I think video game reviews are fucking pointless.
Yeah, I'm so sick of reviews. That's why when we do reviews, we have to call it a review because essentially what we're doing. But, like, we're watching things and talking about things not from some checkpoint list of, like, hey, did it do this? Did it do that? Was the camera looking good? Was it, you know, it's like, no. As a person who watches a movie with his fucking girlfriend or his homie or his mom and dad or fucking little brother, that's where we're coming from. I am so sick of what a movie is supposed to fucking be. That shit has gotten so ridiculous to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm watching assignments. I'm not even watching movies anymore. It's like,
but even at the end of the day, if you, like, for me, I do it closer to real reviewers. Even if you feel the same way, it's like I'm doing the same shit as everyone else. If you have the same opinion where you don't give a fuck about my opinion, cool. My opinion isn't why you're here. It's the entertainment factor. Like, one guy, Rico, was like, every time I pop in, you're yelling. Yeah, because I want to entertain. Like, my reviews are for entertainment purposes. Like, that's why I try my best. That's why I try my best not to spoil things. Unless I fucking hate the movie and try to make sure you don't watch it. Like, I'll spoil the fuck out of some garbage. Some shit you never need to fucking watch. But like, if it's something that's a legitimately good movie, for instance, see like Superman and Lois, I'll try my best not to spoil that shit because that shit's fantastic, and I want people to watch it. Like you, at any point during my quote unquote review, you should be able to see any word and go, okay, he liked it, he hated it, he was bored by it. Like you should be able to tell my entire opinion based on the tone I picked.
Yeah, because I want to put that out there, guys. We are not reviewers. I mean, because people sometimes think that. Even people in our own group think that, in our own chat tag and co-hosts, like, oh, well, we're reviewers. We got to say this. Or like, just, I don't know. It's like one of those weird things where I think that even Corey did not want people calling him reviewer back in the day. And then it's like, well, I want to keep getting free passes, so I guess I got to call myself a reviewer. We don't get free fucking anything. So until like I'm paid to call myself a fucking critic, and until people actually respect my fucking opinion, fuck y'all, fucking comic book shit, fuck what's popular to say about fucking movies, y'all can kiss my fucking ass. But I will say this is an interesting thing though, because I do want to read this over here. It says the pacing has changed, entire plot threads have been jettisoned. I don't know what the fuck that means, or thread back.
Jettison means they just got them the fuck out of there.
Which is great, but it's funny considering the fact that it's like, oh yeah, they've been taken out here, but our movie's still 4 hours long. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. But it says his characters are more morose as originally intended, and the stakes have been deepened by the looming of an apocalypse, which, by the way, is that any different than fucking Batman v Superman or any other fucking DC Marvel thing in the world? Like, oh my god.
Not necessarily. That's what's throwing me off. It's like, I think Zack Snyder can make a good movie. I'm not one of those people that thinks he can't. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm not going to read any of those because it's going to be whatever buzzwords they did so that they can construe a positive review out of it. It was breathtaking. It was this. It was that. He really outlined the characters. It's like, look, 4 hours doesn't mean anything to me. If it's good, it's good. But it's like, I think when the general audiences are what's going to go, critics don't sell movies as much as they like to think they do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because the only thing I was going to say next, just to end off that little paragraph here, and then you can obviously, weigh in on this particular part too. But it says that apparently this, stakes that have been deepened by the looming of an apocalypse is apparently going to be taking place somewhere in a sequel, or at least they're alluding to some kind of sequel. And that's where I get mad too, because it's like, okay, on top of just you had to be a fucking child and say that's not my movie. People don't like it, and I think I can make it better. Can you give me $2 million? Where the fuck he did that? But now he's trying to, I guess, force the studio to obligatorily finance the sequel that was never originally planned to fucking continue on.
I don't think he was ever gonna. He said straight up, "This is the last DC project." He even isn't getting paid for this. He straight up's like, "Don't pay me, just give me creative control." So whatever money that is going into the movie.
But that's going to him. To make the movie better.
No. He's not like he basically said, "Do not pay me. Do not pay me for the movie. I'll do this essentially for free." As long as you guys don't come in and meddle, because one of the biggest things with Batman v Superman, and the Man is still not so much because Christopher Nolan can push away producers and shit like that. But the biggest problem with Batman v Superman is there was too much studio interference, and that kind of affected the movie. With Justice League was different. Like family trauma means he couldn't complete the movie. And again, let's not pretend there's also a lot of studio interference. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing this for a check. I just want this fucking movie to get out because I had an idea. This is like him doing I had an idea and I want it to be out there. And if they want to make sequels, sure.
And that's cool. And I am somewhat of an apologist for Zack Snyder because I do like some of the stuff he's done, and even the shit that's terrible, he had a certain way of doing it. And sometimes I think it's source material that fucking sucked. Sucker Punch, whether or not he did it, was going to suck anyways, no matter what. Sucker Punch was not going to be a good movie. I'm sorry, but the thing is, though, I want to put out there is the fact that I do appreciate some of the stuff that he's done, and so. That's just context for what I'm about to say, because this will prove to you that I'm not just trying to talk shit for the sake of talking shit like everybody else on the internet is doing. But fucking this whole thing with I don't want to get paid or whatever. It's like, yeah, but you do realize Warner Brothers is still paying money to get this made, and it's not coming out of your fucking pocket like how most directors would do. If you're gonna pay, if you want a creative project to get out there, you should take the responsibility of making it. If they pay for the shit and then you just sit there and be like, well, now you do this, now you do that, it's like, you're just a fucking chess master at the table, and someone's coming up with all the decisions to do shit for you. It's like, dude.
No, I mean most people don't have $80 million to spend on a movie.
Then they should just sit fucking home and not have someone.
But again, there's a situation where he couldn't make the movie he wanted to do. They made Justice League, and it's like, look, I'm not saying that he's been perfect about this.
The guy who directed Alien 3 went through that. people who did More Annihilation went through that. People who made a bunch
and if
of
they had the chance and the groundswell to do it, most of them would have wanted to redo that movie.
But why are we fucking kowtowing to crybaby ass Zack Snyder? Be a fucking adult.
Yes, but Zack Snyder is a big enough name that he can essentially do this. this is a situation where because of a mix of studio interference and family trauma, he couldn't do it, and there was a ton of groundswell for people to do that. Like the movies you named did not have any groundswell. No one's asking for I don't even know David Fincher. No one's asking for an Alien 3 cut of David Fincher because that movie was so atrocious. Most people want to forget it existed.
I guess you're right, but I just the idea because like no one was. I guarantee you, no one was asking for a fucking Suicide Squad cut version, whatever the fuck.
No, they're just like make another one, make a different one. Oh, James Gunn's on it. Well, it can't be worse than the last one.
But that's what's so silly. It's like, man, we're really at a point now where it's like, I don't know. It's like the audience is the mom and dad, and they all went to the school and told the teacher, "Can you let him try again and get a B instead of a C?"
I mean,
it's like, what the fuck?
They pay. They're the people that are going to be buying the tickets. Like how many? Like again, they made fucking 1,800 Halloween movies based on the fact that people just fucking hated the last one, so they just made a different one and did a reboot and did all that stuff. Because guess what? Like the people are going to end up buying. Look what happened to Sonic. Sonic's like everyone's like, yo, what the fuck did you do that design? They redid the design, and then the movie itself was still relatively the same, but the design fucking helped, and they got a chance to reshoot some extra stuff and made it a legitimately good movie. Character designs and designs of how the things look is very important to the audiences, and they changed it as a result. So it's like it's not always going to happen because again, they tried to do something similar for Cats, nobody cared. A movie cost fucking $90 million, and that was like for like a week and a half, and everyone forgot about it. But people like Zack Snyder's movies. I like Zack Snyder's movies. I want to see this. I want this to be good.
And essentially what Mauricio was saying too, he's just like, yeah, people were asking for this in 2017, which I do know of. But then it's like, and is the most crucial point of what you said, it never existed, so Snyder had to make a brand new movie. And it's like, yeah, it's almost like he used marketing and people's fucking retarded ass like way of, I want this, I want that.
No, that's not what happened. There's not a movie prior that had Zack Snyder they just didn't fucking release. This isn't what was that fucking movie I Am Legend where they literally had a different ending. This is a situation where when Josh Whedon came along, what you call it, had his plan. He wanted this is how he wanted to do his movie. But he filmed a bunch of he filmed the scenes as you would because you don't film things in order. And when it comes to Hollywood, TV, whatever, you film things as you do and you edit them together. That's why editors are probably the most important people in Hollywood. He had enough of that. But Josh Whedon came in and spent an extra 8 months to essentially reshoot a different movie. So this is a situation where we have two almost completely different movies. The thing about Zack Snyder's is there was a Snyder cut because there was a flow through from start to finish, but a lot of it wasn't filmed. So when he got his 70 million or however much it was, he was able to get the edited parts, add new stuff in there, and then create other stuff he probably was never going to be able to do because he couldn't do a 4-hour movie. But it's like, fuck it, streaming services, who cares? Like, I honestly at this point, I'm rooting for him because everybody's rooting against him.
That makes sense. Jen, I'm going to get your opinion. I know you're probably like, man, I can't fucking pay attention to this crazy-ass, nerdy fucking conversation. But, like, what are your thoughts about...
Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
But I'm going to ask you really quick, though. What do you think about the Justice League Crybaby cut getting positive reviews so early?
Fuck you. You a bitch.
First of all, unless those reviews are basically saying, like, oh, this movie is absolutely fucking fantastic... it's still not enough for having me sit through 4 hours of a movie I already hated once. I don't want to sit through a movie just to despise it all over again. I hated Justice League the first time around, and unless that movie is fucking amazing, just saying, oh, it's just positive is not enough to want me to like sit through 4 hours. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I really want you to watch it, even if it is bad, just because I feel like. I think your opinion. Here's the thing, though. And not to kiss your ass because like you're fine as fuck, but like I do think that your opinion really matters in the situation because I do think that's like okay, here's somebody who really really fucking hated the original. If she hates it more because of the 4 hours, then shit like that is something that I think lots of these creators in movies, shows, everything should pay attention to. You literally made the situation worse by fucking having less editing, having more bullshit, extending this fucking thing. It's like, this is movie making logic 101. Like, if you're not editing the movie, like, it's just, like, why couldn't it happen in
Okay,
show?
no, I disagree with that thing because anybody that's ever said a movie is too long as part of their review didn't like the movie. I stand by that. There's no such thing as a movie that's too long or too short. You did not like it.
The Irishman. I strongly disagree. Irishman.
The Hateful Eight and Wolf of Wall Street and Doctor Sleep are both almost over 3 hours, and I wouldn't cut a single second out of any of those movies because I liked every single fucking second of those movies. Like, I've never seen The Irishman. Maybe The Irishman isn't a particularly
Okay,
good
have
movie.
you seen Goodfellas? Or Casino?
No.
Fuck. I'm trying to think of a long movie. Ben-Hur, the first original Ben-Hur. Damn, fuck. Like, I'm trying to think of a long movie that we
original
both saw.
Ben-Hur was like in the 70s. Like I said, Endgame. Me and you almost agree on how much we don't like Endgame. And I know you said you could cut out 20 whatever the fuck.
Okay, actually,
me, I can't. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I interrupted and you were still talking. My bad. Continue on, but I'm so sticking on the Endgame thing because you just fucking Go ahead.
But again, me and you almost have the same points of the same things we don't like, the same progression we don't like. To me, it's like no, that movie did what it did, and it took the time that it needed. I'll go there. To me, I've never sat through a single movie that I've loved going, they need to edit it down. If I say that, it's because I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, and on that.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to like, there's movies that are 2 hours and 30 minutes to watch. It's like, okay, yeah, I liked it fine. And then my one major complaint about it is like, there was parts in there that took a bit too long. If they cut that down, I would like it a lot more. So there is such a thing as like a movie just being too damn long. And still, you still like it, but just like, okay, this needs to be cut down a little bit, and I'd probably enjoy it way more because I'm not just sitting there just like, okay, this is dragging a bit.
It's like over here with Endgame, these scenes, and I hate to admit this scene is so fucking badass. That last 20 minutes is cool. Like, it's badass. And the thing is this could have been something you could have, like, we had so many jokes. We had motherfuckers eating sandwiches. We had people walking into a room and saying, are you sad? Yes. We had a rat that finds its way to a fucking button that undoes the ending of Infinity War. Like, that's a lot of minutes for fucking bullshit.
But again, like, I can't, like, I hate those because I think the comedy is terrible. But it was part of the movie. Like, you redo those parts? Sure. But it was part of the movie. Somebody brought up P.J. King Kong. That movie is terrible. That movie is fucking awful. I joke about how long it is because it's over 3 hours. But guess what? I don't like the movie. I fucking hate the movie. But you have
only seen a movie at that version. You haven't seen that version that's cut different. There's even a big talk about Kill Bill where people were talking about, because Cinemassacre did this, AVGN. But he actually made his own AVGN cut of Kill Bill because he was like, you know what? This movie is fucking amazing, but it can be perfected. This movie could be literally the most perfect or close to perfect movie ever if it was just edited a
or it can be ruined because one of the things with Dr. Sleep was the original theatrical cut was 2.5 hours. Which I never saw, so I know a lot of people didn't like it because there's a lot of issues with that. The director's cut is 3 hours, and that's the definitive version. I fucking loved it. I was looking at that. I turned to my buddies, I'm like, what did they cut out of this? Because I can't think of a single thing that's not important to the plot. What the fuck is that theatrical cut? Because 30 minutes, I was like, what did you do? Like, literally, I could not imagine what that would be. But I'll always go to my perfect example is Last Jedi. Last Jedi is a terrible movie. That movie is too long. You know why? Because every single major plot point is resolved after that Red Room fight. When that Red Room fight happens and that woman, sacrifices herself to do the light space thing and destroys the entire armada, every major plot point is done. Every character is in the place to move on to the sequel. But they somehow extend that for 45 minutes to do some bullshit Hoth-inspired fucking battle. And look at this going, I can't believe this movie's going on for another 45 minutes. That's also a bad movie.
Like, I'm going to give you 2 examples that I bring up, and it's both having to do with Martin Scorsese, which is funny that you brought up Wolf of Wall Street, which I haven't seen yet. Yeah. But
that's
over
great.
Here, I'm looking at this, and this is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is Casino. Fucking amazing movie. Gotta tell you, there's some shit that could be fucking edited. This movie is 2 hours or 25 minutes long. I would watch this movie all the time if it wasn't so fucking long. It's really long, and when it's on TV, it's fucking like almost 3.5, almost 4 hours long.
Again, I'll go to my favorite movie of all time, The Dark Knight. People are like, oh, it's so long, it should be 2 parts. No.
Yeah, but
I've seen the movie 16 times.
But one thing to bring up too, just on my whole thing to bring this up, is that there's another Martin Scorsese movie, part of the trilogy of these mob movies. That, by the way, if I ever do like a top 10 movies of all time thing, those 3 movies I can't choose between like fucking number 3 or number 2. But like I can't. All those movies are perfectly paired. Like they're fucking amazing.
Sure.
Over here, A Bronx Tale is another amazing fucking movie. And this has no, because it doesn't have as much action as Casino or Goodfellas, but this has no fucking fat on it at all. This movie is a perfectly edited fucking movie. Yeah. And granted, I do like Goodfellas more, and I do like Casino more. This is my least favorite one. But at the same time,
I still like Bronx Tale.
Yeah, it's just something about Bronx Tale is like the story and like the characters are constantly moving. There's not one bit of this fucking thing that's just not needed. I
think at the end of the day, it comes from the experience within the cinema. because a lot of the things that I'm talking about is the fact that I watch most of this shit at home in the comfort of my own home, and I can take the breaks when I need to. But again, for instance, like, yeah, I can go bathroom whenever I want. I can pause the movie. I can rewind if need be. I've literally watched 12 hours of television. I used to, when I was watching Naruto at the height of it, I was watching 20 episodes a day. Like 20 episodes a day. That doesn't seem like a high number, but that was at the peak. I was watching 20 episodes of Naruto a day. Like, I could play video games for 10 hours without ever getting up. Because to me, time doesn't matter if I'm enjoying myself. In a theater, yeah, I can understand where 3 hours is a problem if you can't pause the fucking movie to bathroom or to eat or whatever the fuck. But if you're watching it at home and you're still enjoying yourself, it's because the movie is good. Watchmen is terrible. Mauricio say, what about Watchmen? I saw Watchmen in theaters. I watched it at home. I watched the director's cut. It is fucking garbage. I don't care how many extra minutes you add on to that movie. It's terrible.
And one more thing I want to bring in too, as far as comedies. Sometimes comedies, I think that it's all subjective, by the way, too. So when you watch a comedy, it's like, its length is going to depend on your type of humor and what you want to see. But this is one of those movies, and Cedric, if you're in there, I'm sorry, it's probably going to make you mad. But one of the closest to perfectly made movies as far as writing and universe building goes is Friday. Friday is amazing. And people look at it, oh, it's a funny black movie. No. It's way better than just some fucking, like, it's not Barbershop, it's not whatever. This is a movie for anybody. And it stood the test of fucking time. There's so much about this universe that they build that you can see yourself walking down the street and you would know where Smokey lives. You would know where fucking Nia Long lives and that Debo's spending the night chilling with her. You know where Miss Parker fucking lives. Everything about this is so amazing, and the movie has, once again, no fat. I can't. I'm trying to think of, like, can I edit?
No, and I completely agree with you. Yeah, you can tell a good story in a short amount of time. You can tell a good story in a long amount of time. If you're telling a good story, it doesn't matter how long you spend. If you're telling again, The Last Jedi is one of the example. Everything is solved at the 2-hour mark. Everything. But do you have to add in an extra 45 minutes? The climax already happened. But we have to add in this stupid Hoth bullshit because for some fucking reason we want to expend the time to make it 2.5 hours. I can't think of anything to really cut in Peter Jackson's King Kong. I just think that's a bad movie. Like, Kong Skull Island said,
I don't understand, and not to interrupt again, but it's like, that's the thing I don't understand is, like, you don't know what to cut out of King Kong. It's that 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong.
That whole fucking beginning part.
Thank you. Like, easy as fuck, Alan. Like, I don't understand how you don't see all that porn.
Sure, but at the end of it, it's like you can cut that out, but that does that does focus to a lot of the characters and the build and why the people are going to it in the first place. But whatever, even that.
I only care about money.
That's one of the movies that I named on my list. But a lot of the other ones, the movies that I enjoy, a movie I hate, sure. Again, Last Jedi, cut out the last 50 minutes, easy, no problem. That's done. The movie doesn't even change. But like again, the movies I fucking love. Again, I have 3-hour movies off the top of my head, and one I saw recently where it's like, yeah, everything you did the exact same amount of time. But you're also talking to somebody that prefers television over movies. I'll sit through 17 hours of TV if you're telling me a good story.
Yeah, and then I do appreciate about you, and I agree, and you're actually one of the first people that I met back in like 5 years ago, where you were like, no, I fucking love TV a lot more than movies. I'm like, that's silly, but like I'm like, no, I kind of get it, because like after certain comic book things came out, like the Marvel Netflix things, I don't even really like them that much, but like Punisher and a couple episodes of Daredevil, I was like, oh wow, I can see how this could fucking work a lot better than the other shit. But because like the editing, I think that the reason why they're so good is that 43 minutes of a story can just go. And by the way, that's not the case all the time. Game of Thrones, I've tried to watch it. It's boring as fuck, no matter what. And then another thing too, The Walking Dead. I brought that up earlier, and I love bringing it up because I love that show.
The Walking Dead is.
It's so filler. Most of that show is just okay. How can we squeeze this so you can just watch the cliffhanger and then come back next week? It's fucking. It's like they're selling you on no, please stay with the show every single fucking episode. And granted, it is a good show sometimes, but fuck, like I can't. There's not enough time in the day for that much filler for shows. And I think that, because of that, if you were to bring The Walking Dead down to like a 25-minute show, it'd be fucking amazing. If you can bring down some of these movies, like Casino, like I said, or Endgame, or fucking like Aquaman, and more importantly, Justice League. If I couldn't stand 2.5 hours, dude, there's no fucking way I can stand 4 hours.
But again, like, I don't know what the movie's going to be, and I feel like I'm getting ready to die on the hill that I might hate this movie. I'm terrified that I'm not going to like the Snyder Cut. But I really don't think it's going to be length. Because it's not going to be, oh, hey, here's Joss Whedon, but we're going to take all the shit that was Joss Whedon, and we're going to add here, 5 scenes. Okay, it's 4 hours. It's like, it needs to be a different movie, and it's like I don't think the Batman v Superman extended edition is any better than the theatrical. I think honestly, what they added was extremely unnecessary. But also, that movie's not particularly good. I like it, but it's not particularly good.
Yeah. No, like I said, I mean, I see what you mean in some senses, and I do hope that like this fucking movie is good because I am gonna watch it no matter what. It's just kind of like what we do on the show. We just gotta do it. But like, I feel like there's gonna be a lesson to learn from this, whether or not it's good or bad. If it's a good movie, people can learn a lesson like, hey, let the original creator do his fucking thing, and also, maybe there doesn't need to be so much editing. Maybe let people, marinate within the movie's creation and what it is, whatever, because it's a fucking ride. Just let them enjoy the ride. But if it's bad and people don't like it, then also don't disrespect people's time, man. Like, I feel like that way about anime cliffhangers. I feel that way about wrestling. I feel that way about fucking a bunch of shit where people just don't think about their audience. They don't care. As long as you're watching it, that's all. As long as they got your money, who gives a fuck? And there's no one who does that more than Marvel and DC. They both do that, and they abuse the fuck out of their audiences, and I'm fucking sick of it. I hate that shit. It's like with the gaming stuff too, where, and I'm not gonna go into industry, but it's like the way they make games, because like you brought this up many times too, so we're not gonna argue about this. But it's like the idea of like, hey, you should give a game 2 hours of your time before you decide whether or not you like it. That's bullshit. Just because you made your game longer and you want to tutorialize everything and hold my fucking hand instead of letting me decide for myself if I like it or not, doesn't mean I owe you 2 hours. I bought you. The reason why I bought you is because you're gonna make me have fun. If I'm not having fun, then that's my review. You fucking suck. Like, why do I owe you 2 hours of my time? Be good. You know what I mean? I don't understand why that's a fucking thing. But people make so many excuses for their fandoms, and it's becoming fucking horseshit. I can't stand it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I am very, very excited to see how this is going to turn out. But, I guess, I don't know.
The benefit of this movie is it's on a streaming service, so it being 4 hours, like, people are like, oh, it's so daunting. But I'm like, I guarantee you nobody here would not here, but people wouldn't care if Avengers was 4 hours. People were excited that it was 3 hours. You remember that? People were excited that Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. But then like, Justice League is 3 hours too. Oh my god, it's terrible. It's like, yeah, because you've already made your preconceived notions, and probably rightly so, that the movie's gonna suck. But it's like, would anyone care if they announced a 4-hour cut of Endgame? Everyone would eat that up.
Yeah, and Trig, that's going to be a fun thing, man, when we come back. Because, we're being judgmental, but just of the news, essentially. I'm not saying for sure if we're going to like the movie or not. We're both very, very aware that we could be wrong. I've been wrong many times on the show. I remember we both talked shit about Halloween before it came out, and it was fucking amazing. So
yeah, it was terrible. That trailer, I stand by it, is bad.
Yeah, that trailer's bad. And we can judge the trailer and keep it on there, and we'll never, ever say a movie's going to be good or bad before it actually comes out. But I do say that, like, I saw technically, a cut of Justice League, and that cut was fucking horseshit. It's a Whedon cut.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Joss Whedon is an okay director. Like, he did the first Avengers, which was phenomenal. The second Avenger had good moments, but I think he's a decent director.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But before we continue on, because I'd be ending off the show right now, but we're going to watch this fucking trailer together. This is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I'm curious how this is going to go, Mr. Alan Shakazine. So you ready to watch
this is also coming out this week. Fuck.
Yep, Friday. So yeah, you got 4 hours of that, and then you got an hour of this. And, well, let's see, guys.
Feels like it belongs.
Here it is. We're gonna watch this together live.
Okay. Okay.
That shield represents a lot of things to a lot of people.
Okay, really quick on that though, with the whole fucking shield. God damn, I'm trying to pause. I won't let me pause.
I was about to say, are we gonna talk over it?
No, because I paused on purpose just so you can fucking I want to get in trouble from fucking YouTube.
That too, yeah.
But no, like on that, the whole thing about him like throwing his shield or whatever the fuck. At certain points, I think that shit's just kind of silly or whatever. But like he's doing this obviously because he's the new Captain America.
Yeah.
But were you ever like, man, this shield thing's a little dumb? Like, I mean, did you always think it was cool or no?
I always thought it was cool because I watched this one video, and I usually hate film analysis, but they did this one where Captain America, the first one is the first like 15-20 minutes is fantastic because it kind of just shows Steve Rogers' character, because like they show the whole bullying scene, and it's like the first thing when he fights the bully, the first thing he grabs isn't a brick to bash his head in. He grabs the lid, and you think that's supposed to be, oh yeah, he's Captain America, but it's like the first thing he does when he's fighting an enemy is to get something to protect himself or other people. So the shield is always supposed to be he's the shield. He's America's shield. He's going to defend you. He's going to protect you from the monsters out there. And it's like So it's like at first I was like, I never thought they could make Captain America not stupid. I was like, wow, that's kind of dumb. But like as the comics and the movies came out, I'm like, you know what? He's actually pretty good.
Now, Jet, what do you feel about just that whole scene that we watched in the beginning too with him and that fucking shield? Like, do you think it was a little too much flipping around? Because like it reminded me of Mortal Kombat Annihilation when those motherfuckers were doing cartwheels and ballerina.
Seriously?
It's so dude.
I hate you as a person.
I mean, it seemed fine to me.
I mean,
And nothing really bad.
because like there's a part here,
So guys, the bar for this for Nick's eyes, it has to be better than Annihilation.
which is not too bad of a bar, but like,
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna show you something really quick, dude.
Fuck you.
Oh, are you mad about to make a point? Look at this shit.
No, because you're just gonna bring up the bullshit and go, oh, you guys just don't see it. Oh man, flips.
Look at that flippity
Oh
flip.
yeah,
Look
exactly
at
the
Raiden.
same. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, totally.
Just throw a
100%.
shield in there. Come on, flippity woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
100%. Yeah, nailed it, guys.
Ah!
Oh, God, you bring up like the worst things in the world to compare it to.
Look at
Why not? I don't know. Bring up Winter Soldier.
Look at this. He's gonna come back. Woo!
Why not bring up, I don't know, Winter Soldier or the first Avenger? No, I'm gonna bring up this garbage movie 20 years ago because he's the only person on Earth that likes that fucking movie. Swear to fucking God. One of these days, I want to do what you do with like a movie you like and bring up some stupid bullshit and watch you have an aneurysm.
Don't worry. I imagine you would bring up something stupid at some point. Anyways, we'll continue on watching the trailer. And
Yeah, your opinions.
We need someone to inspire us again.
Yep.
Yay!
I wonder if Bane's gonna blow up this stadium.
No shit.
The people. I don't know who the fuck those guys are.
You're never gonna stop.
We're gonna give you
Okay,
up.
so
Never
that
gonna
right there.
let you down.
Who is that?
Bro, I can't believe they're doing it. I cannot believe. I was always like, Zemo's a loser. Oh, hey, they actually made him cool in Civil War. I hope they never bring that stupid purple mask back. Oh.
Yeah,
Fuck.
so I didn't know that was Zemo. See, I don't know a lot about this shit.
So Zemo was okay. So the thing about comics is because comics were when they originally started, they were like 1940s, 1950s. So they didn't come out as comic books the way we expect them now. They're like comic serials. They're like what you see in a newspaper. So what they would have is Captain America was constantly fighting people all the time. So they created a bunch of random motherfuckers for Captain America to punch in the face, and you never had to see again. Zemo was one of them. He just stuck around for some fucking reason, but they didn't feel like designing his character, so they just put a mask over him with the purple because, like, well, purple he stands out. And all bad guys back in the day, remember, always wore that fucking ski mask, and we're just the bag of cash. It was the most generic thing in the world because, hey, this thing comes out. We got to do this every fucking week. We're not going to sit there and have some dude that's going to lose in 2 seconds be Captain America's enemy. Who cares? We'll save that for the bigger guys that are going to be around longer. But Zemo, they managed to make him cool in Civil War, but really, okay, not every classic costume is good.
Yeah, I mean, but granted, too, you gotta make sure that the fans feel like they're,
No,
Right.
do what WandaVision did. Scarlet Witch's costume in the comics is fucking stupid and was always terrible. You know what they did? They did an homage to it, but they updated her costume and made it look 100 times better.
yeah. Which I do think they did that right, but at the same time, like, look, and Jet, I'm sorry about what I'm
Have
about
you
to
seen
say.
the original costume for Scarlet Witch in the comics?
No, I haven't. I don't give a shit. But the thing is, though,
Look it up right now as you talk to Jet.
Okay, I guess I will because, well, let me look it up first before I say anything because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I just got to be honest about what I see sometimes. Let's look at this. And, oh, okay, no, this still fits. I can still say what I was going to say and look like an asshole.
Yep.
Here it is right here. I feel like a show that we've been taking seriously and like, oh, Wanda's going through all this like mental stuff and blah, blah, man, it'd be a fucking good idea to make her sexy.
Yep.
Why
no,
is she wearing-
that's all it was. It's just lingerie and a unitard. Like I'll even die with I think Wolverine's outfit is fucking stupid.
Actually, I'll be right back because my phone's ringing home. 1 second.
Yeah. I'll rant about Wolverine unless Jet, you have something to say about Scarlet Witch.
No.
Alrighty. But yeah, no, like the yellow Dick's away from his computer, so he won't be able to show up the image. But the classic fucking X-Men evolution of the fucking like Batman-esque ears and the yellow is fucking stupid.
His Bumblebee suit.
Yeah, his Bumblebee suit is fucking terrible. There's a reason they literally have never had a live-action version of it because it looks fucking terrible, and doing that to live-action would be almost impossible. I've seen it a couple times in cosplay, but trying to make that like not the stupidest fucking thing in the world is terrible. That's why his now iconic outfit is a white shirt and fucking blue jeans. because it fits more with the character. Why is this character, who's mostly a drunkard and hangs out in the woods, gonna have this bright yellow and black fucking outfit? Because he's the Wolverine? All the X-Men outfits are fucking stupid. Let's be real here. Like, the X-Men are all fucking terrible. Magneto is cooler without his helmet than he is with his helmet on. Like, the cape is all right, but he looks fucking terrible. Like, Xavier says, fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just a dude in a wheelchair with a fucking, like, suit on.
I thought you were gonna say with a bald ass head.
Yeah, people in the chat are getting on me. Yeah, Alan's comment correct. Yeah, I know all their outfits are fucking stupid. There's not a single cool looking X-Men. They really question is, why are they making Wolverine taller? That's the funny thing about Wolverine's character. He's actually is supposed to be short. He's like 5'6" in the comics. Like, he's legitimately a short person. He's actually taller than me, which is still makes me sad. But one day we'll get representation. And no, Arcane, he did not make it work, because at the end of X-Men First Class, they showed you the classic outfit. It looks terrible. It looks fucking awful. They meant the helmet doesn't fit properly. And the fucking ornament on there looked like it was glued on. It was fucking terrible. What else we got?
The whole thing about superhero outfits is kind of weird to me nowadays. Just like, don't you want to kind of just not stand out too much?
Yeah, hide your fucking identity, like the thing they always bring up on all these fucking things anyways.
It depends, because like they want to modernize it to make, like, a lot of times what happens, especially like, I don't want to say necessarily Nolan's Batman caused this change to happen, but he essentially is like, well, why am I going to sit there and make some weird leather spandex suit? Why don't I make what would be considered a military outfit? Like, imagine if we had a fucking actual, like, spend as much money as we want, and these are like the special ops troop. I'm going to build an actual functional military suit. And that's what Batman's suit became. Became actual military functionality. Not just, I'm going to put fucking grease paint and wear leather spandex. Like, no, it's going to be bulletproof. It's going to be augmented. It's going to have all this stuff to protect me from gunfire. It's going to be like if the military built a Batman suit, which I liked. But then what did they do with Captain America? Well, they had the classic outfit, but that was for him being a showman. But when he was in the war, he kept the helmet on, but he was wearing a leather jacket. He was wearing what he needed to. In Winter Soldier, they gave him essentially a military version of his outfit, because they realized we want to go classic, but we have to modernize it because this shit was made in a different time. I like what they did there. I don't know what Zemo's going to look, Baron Zemo's going to look in this. I think it looks stupid. It's just a fucking purple mask.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I'm looking at, I didn't know it was purple, by the way. I'm so fucking colorblind.
I only know that from the comics. That does look kind of purple, but if you told me, oh, that's brown, I wouldn't fight you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or like even like a fucking just old red. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But like, essentially, is like the way they're making it seem like, oh, like he's fucking back and it's gonna be a big villain over here. And that's where I'm kind of confused on. Where I'm like, I don't know if this guy is like a villain where I'm like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? It's like, if this is gonna be like the reveal that we already seen in a trailer, then you guys shouldn't have shown this. That should have been saved for later or something. Or
I'm just surprised because I mean, they let him live at the end of Civil War, which was surprising. But like, to me, Zemo, like Baron Zemo, to me is the modern. It's a live action Lex Luthor. He managed to crush the entire Avengers and never punched a single person. And that to me, that's the coolest thing about the character. He literally he literally has a plan. Like, there's a subversion of expectation in that movie, because at one point they go, how many Winter Soldiers are there? It's like, I'm not. Oh, sorry. Bucky goes, I'm not the only Winter Soldier, and it shows you this like flashback of like 5 or 6 Winter Soldiers, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Captain America has to fight them all. He's gonna win. He's gonna join up with Iron Man. They'll be best buddies. And Zemo goes, and then you see them like, wait, they're all shot in the head. And Zemo goes, do you really think I want more of you? No, I just wanted you here.
yeah,
Like, that was his whole thing, and I fucking love that. He's like one of my favorite villains, because he doesn't have to fight them to destroy them. He uses psychological warfare because that's what he was trained to do. He is just a dude. So I hope they do more of that psychological, where it's like, yeah, if he starts fighting Captain America, I'll be like, yo, are you fucking serious? They give him a stupid robot suit and just ruin that character? I'd be mad.
let's continue watching really quick. Oh,
Yep.
explosions!
This world is
Explosions! Got that Marvel explosion. Oh shit, through a wall!
There's
That
no
shit was
going
cool. Some Batman shit.
All good superhero landing.
Look, I love a landing where they adjust the suit afterwards. It looks cool.
Okay, like dude, that shit's that's fucking.
I don't know. I like it,
Imagine
man.
looking face to face. He's like, you know what? Caw! He just fucking flies.
Look,
after
I
you.
still think the idea of chasing someone on foot and then immediately going to flying, practically stupid.
Uh-huh.
But I like it.
Jim,
I
what
like
do you
some
feel
dumb
about the
shit
Falcon?
sometimes. Look. All I can think of is imagine I'm playing a video game. I'm gonna fly after a motherfucker.
Possibly, but Jed, what do you feel about the Falcon's powers? By the way, I never actually got your opinion on the Falcon like ever in the whole time I fucking known you.
I have not really much to say. He's basically just a flying Captain America.
But by the way, that's the perfect thing and the perfect amount to say. Is like I don't know what to say. He's a flying Captain America. Yeah, it's almost like it's like bad writing and shitty, boring
It's
characters.
almost like they didn't actually focus on building this character, and they're doing a TV show to explicitly build this character. I wish we had another example of where that worked out.
Let's watch the rest of this trailer.
I wish we had another example, Nick.
I love you.
I hate you as a person.
We can't lose this fight.
What?
Oh,
What? What the fuck was that?
I don't know what he was fighting, but that was like.
What was that? Let me go back.
I feel like he was supposed to kick something, but like I don't know, like that dude flying in, like that was badly edited in the trailer. No, I think he caught the fucking drone. Look, that was badly edited in the trailer. I feel like there's something else
As
we
we're
didn't
talking
miss.
about the trailer, I'm pretty sure the show will have context
Yeah.
and not dumb shit. But like,
No, because I was like, oh, he's gonna come in and the guy's gonna get ready to punch him and he's gonna like block him in the air and try not to kill him. I wonder if they're just gonna have these dudes murder motherfuckers left and right.
fucking possibly. Let's move on.
Do this.
Ooh,
We're gonna do it our own way.
not bad.
Oh, got close
Okay.
quarters fighting right there. Yeah.
Goddamn right. Oh shit, yeah!
That was
So
cool.
we're partners, co-workers, not necessarily a team. No.
Oh man, they're so funny. Aren't they funny?
Uh,
Little hijinks and the way they
Ha
talk
ha
to each
ha!
other
You're
and
so
stuff.
funny. You tried to kill my best friend. Ah, you're the best. Your boss killed my parents. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this bullshit? I'm sorry. I really hate that. Like, they're not friends.
And it'd be fine if it
They're
was just in the
just
show, by the
friends.
way, because you know there's gonna be jokes. So it'd be fine just in the show. But the fact that's in the trailer, like, hey guys, just so you know, we still got some comedy here. It's like, sell us. You're selling us on lame jokes like that.
Look, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's not the worst. It's not like they're not freaking. This isn't Rush Hour. Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's,
doing a couple of jokes here and there, but this isn't Rush Hour. But at the end of the day, I love that scene where he gets kicked off of a train and then it fucking flies. I'm like, yeah, that's all that every time. Like, hey, can't this guy fly? Yes, he can fly.
yeah.
But
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually was
I-
pretty good for TV, or well, it's not TV, but
100%. No, 100%. And honestly, I love flying action scenes. I think flying action scenes are really cool, and it gives you a lot of time to do some cool shit. That Superman, Iron Man sequences are usually my favorite ones in the Marvel movies. So it's like I'm not expecting this to be of that, but like that scene right there, was the CGI perfect? Of course not. Was it cool as fuck? Yes.
yeah, I mean, it was so fast too. It kind of
Yeah.
wins you over on that whole idea of like, no, like that's how badass his power is, and that's how crazy the situation is. We're at a point where they're driving so fast in that truck, and he's falling, whatever. Like, imagine if he didn't have those powers, he'd be fucked.
And that was
I
a
think
one
it's
shot
cool
too.
idea.
Like he gets kicked off, he does that into CG. I'm like, I'm wondering what the fucking background was. Like, did they just kick a dude off and he's like fucking has to land in some bushes or some shit?
Yeah, but here's the last 10 seconds of this trailer, so let's see what impression they leave us off with.
We look damn good, though.
Oh man, they look damn good
Look.
though, Alan.
Look, at least Anthony Mackie said that, because Anthony Mackie's always a bit of a joker. If fucking Bucky said that, like if Sebastian Shaw said that, I'd be like, you killed a lot of people.
Yeah. I will say, here's the thing about this. I'd be so against his comic timing, comic everything, and just the jokes and his character in general, because I don't even like the Falcon. But Anthony Mackie won me over with Outside the Wire. I'm honest. Like,
He
it's
already
just-
won me over in general from again Altered Carbon, Outside the Wire. Like he's a fantastic actor, and you're giving him more stuff. Like to me, he's already proven himself. So it's like you're gonna now make his character more useful because again, they did it with Wanda and Vision, where it's like those characters were almost not used at all in the fucking movies. Same thing with these two. So it's like, okay, cool, you're gonna give me more. Like you have a bar to beat now. You have to be good. You can't just coast on the fact that no one's ever done this before because we just finished.
Yeah, and Jed, I gotta ask you. You didn't watch WandaVision, which I understand. You did watch one episode, but you didn't seem like super against it. But you just didn't watch it because whatever. But like, you're not gonna watch Justice League. I gotta ask you: Is this worth your time? Are you gonna try to give this a chance, Jet?
Nah.
Why not? Why is that? What is the reason why?
Because I'm tired of talking about this and you holding me hostage while I keep giving you the simplest answers ever, giving you the fact that I'm not going to watch this at all because I really don't give a shit.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just trying to push this on. Like, I want to include you in the whole nerdum of everything. You watch anime. You like.
You hate this
nerdy
shit too. Why do you want to include her?
Because she tortures me. She makes me sad with anime. How many times does she make me sad?
And you make her sad with fucking horror movies.
I think Jet did finish Hunter x Hunter, by the way, Blasian. Did you, Jet?
Oh yeah, I finished that years ago.
I mean,
Yeah.
finish is a really operative word. Did they go on hiatus?
Yeah.
Well, the anime basically finished, so I mean, you're not gonna finish the manga anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. But as far as this go, yeah, I do like what I see. I'm making fun of it, and it looks stupid as fuck. But it looks stupid with the context of just it's Marvel comic book stuff. I mean, sorry, it just is what it is. But I will say that I'm not gonna be bored. It seems like I don't get bored. Like people will say, like, man, dude, like all the action stuff, the Michael Bay stuff, and the boom, boom, boom is like there's nothing there. There's no subtext, or no, not subtext, but there's nothing satisfactory. What was the word you used actually? Substance. That's the word I'm looking for. I tried to pawn it off like I was meaning a different word, so thank you for helping me there. But the thing is, though, it's like, people get bored of that. This seems like there's enough here as far as story, enough here of other characters, and then, some supernatural shit, obviously, that's going to be happening, that this could be cool. And I'm willing to give this a chance, not just because I'm going to watch it no matter what. I think I might actually be into this, dude. Because it looks like a movie.
I'm already sold on this because, again, you're giving me what I want. You're getting these characters that did nothing and building them on there with actors that I love. You're giving me close quarters, hand-to-hand combat. You're using the abilities you established in the movies, but you're being creative with it. And you're doing cool action sequences. So it's like, you're showing me a lot of the action. You're not showing me a lot of the story. I'm curious what the story's going to be, but, like, you already got me on action. I fucking love superhero stuff. I will always watch everything superhero-related, even if it's complete garbage. I sat through almost 2 seasons of Titans, so I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, I probably watch more Titans than most people in this fucking chat right now. But, like this idea is like, yeah, I like it already. It's already going to be interesting, and it's like, are we all watching this live or not? Live? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, we're watching this live. Like,
Maybe I'm gonna watch this the day of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you call it? I guess he was just thinking like, well, you guys are not responding to the chat enough. I'm sorry, my bad. But no, we're definitely you guys are watching this live. Like everything's happening literally right now.
Mm-hmm.
But no, as far as the show goes, we'll see what happens. We're gonna be talking about this definitely on Saturday or Friday because I know you probably have Saturdays off still. So we'll see. I do want to touch on this before Double Toasted. That's my main goal here, guys. So either I will go on here and talk about this in a spoilery form on Fridays, or we'll save an entire spoiler talk for Sundays. But we will definitely be touching this every single week, just like we do with Batwoman and Superman and Lois. Oh my God, I didn't say Batman this time! Yay! So
yeah, we're never gonna talk about that show. It's almost like 2 episodes in 1 review.
Yeah, no, but we'll see what happens. I can't wait to give this a shot, as well as the fact that, like, yeah, it might be an interesting thing to see if, like, it's as good as WandaVision, but who knows. With that said, though, guys, we gotta get the fuck out of here because, I'm tired, and it's been a long show, and I just want to get all these topics out of the way because, holy shit, I didn't know today was a huge news day. I literally had, like, 15 minutes worth of show, and then, like, fucking 20 goddamn things popped up. Just shit we didn't even touch on. So, yeah, kind of insane. But, Alan, why don't you tell them where to find you over there at the Metropolis Collective, and I will just sit here and get my shit ready to end the show.
Alrighty then. So if you follow me on Facebook, which I'm assuming that bot's gonna fucking start showing that shit at some point, basically you're gonna get likes and you're gonna get the premiere notifications for a lot of stuff on the Metropolis right now. So right now the Nunes podcast just did their episode, so be sure to check that out. There's all sorts of stuff on the content corner, and they've been doing that shit consistently. They never even stopped. A new episode of The Arcade will be coming out at some point. I'll let you guys know the moment it drops. But yeah, just follow me on Facebook and you'll be able to see when the shit goes live.
Oh shit, and with that said, guys, we're out of here. The music's playing. Ryan, could you help me out with doing that really quick? Why don't you tell me who to raid, and I'll raid them as soon as we end. But here's the thing, guys. I appreciate you guys as the shit. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for such a very, very long show. And we will definitely see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. Stay toasty. I'm going to raid Chuko Raider. Chuko, you're the shit, dude. Here we go. Boom. You support us, we're going to support you as well. So we're going to send some viewers your way, and hopefully you will hang out with us tomorrow. So goodbye, everybody. And we're going to be muted in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy that raid.